All right, this is the Codebreakers. This is Paradox.
And this is DC. What up, what up, what up, man? What's going on?
What up with you?
Man, it's been a long time, man.
Yes,
Yeah, it's
sir.
been a long time. Been chilling, 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 man.
Yeah.
Chilling, 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 man. A lot of changes, a lot of growing. Still learning.
No, that's right.
I think did we were we on? Did we do a tribute to Mr. Fuller?
We did not.
So maybe we need to do that, but for sure.
We did
Mr.
not.
Fuller is now with the ancestors. So him and Dr. Welson
hmm
are in place in their advisory role to the rest of us down here or out here or in the dimension or however you view it in this plane, still learning. That's a fact right there.
That is a fact.
Still learning until you know it and then on to the next, man. You know, no, don't hold on to delusions. It's okay to move on.
hmm
That's a fact. So,
Yep.
yeah, man. A lot of stuff that went on, man, since the last time we've been on. So,
Yeah.
you know,
That is true. Lots going on.
the the
Lots
the
of going
Knicks
on in.
the Knicks
Yep.
finally broke their drought. So hopefully,
Them boys.
I know you're not I know you're not really you didn't left the boys, man, but I know you still rooting for them, in a way.
Nah,
But
I would just say I took a break. I just needed a break.
I know, man. But it's funny, man, because
Just
like
needed a little bit of a break.
I it's funny how like we talked about things and especially when it came down to uh we can go on so many we told you so like we was saying stuff about now I just hear they don't even fight it no more like yeah he's like I like yeah he ain't the
Yeah. Oh yeah,
problem.
they don't fight no more. Yeah, they don't. Yeah. It
It's
took
just
10
like
years, but yeah.
it but it was so many hold
Propaganda is
on it was
powerful, bro.
so many they twist
Propaganda is
themselves a knot.
powerful, man.
They not only did they twist themselves in knots, they retired certain players where they made them feel like they had to be better because they were told that they were. Carson Wentz, I
Yeah.
mean, there's so many of them.
Oh,
Kirk
bro,
Cousins,
it's
all
everybody
these
now.
guys, you just sat there and put
Yeah.
extra pressure on them because they were not like him. But you made it seem like,
We're in a
oh,
whole nother class. We have a whole nother class of quarterbacks now. We're so past all that shit. He's just
got
an
second
OG
year
now.
guys that they try to. Caleb Williams, for Christ's sake, let it cook. Drake, mate, let it cook. It's okay. Jalen Daniels.
Mhm.
Now they on Jaden Daniels' ass. He can't even grow. It's just undue pressure. You try to.
Well, you got to get like you said. We talked about it before on offline. Man, we got to get the clicks and the views. You got to get the clicks. You got to get the clicks. You got to run.
It's senseless,
Run
man.
something.
Hold on, Josh Allen and Lamar old. I mean, not Lamar Odom. Lamar Jackson and got old for Christ's sakes, dealing with
Yep,
this
they didn't got
argument.
old.
They, these dudes have been in the league. Dak is going to his 11th year. They're going to their 9th year. Did you know that? Or 9th or
Yep,
10th year.
yep.
Patrick is going into his 10th year. That's what I'm saying. Like these dudes are part of the same. They're part of the same generation of quarterbacks. They're not that much
But
younger
I
than
think it's
Dak.
gonna be. I think it's gonna be very similar to like we've seen it before. Like remember in basketball with Jordan winning a lot and all those guys they would always talk about just never got it. It's gonna be the same with this group
Yeah,
because of social media and because you got to drive numbers. And like you said, if he's a guy like Lamar, if gets clicks when you bring their name up, they got to deal with it, win or no win. But
and
they're
and
aging out. It's been at this
poor.
point, you're only gonna have maybe another what 3 to 5 years, maybe.
You know how
That's
I
it.
know.
It's over.
You know how I know things and
Unless you get
change.
lucky.
You know how I know things have changed. Paradox. This is not to speak bad on Jalen Hurts, but poor Jalen Hurts. Like they won't even let this man live. Now they on his ass. Like it's just like
Oh,
why?
he got a ring though. It don't even matter.
Yeah, he got a
He a
ring, but
champion. He a champion. So you can only say so much, really. Because
Oh my
I keep
god,
telling you, like I said, always tell you, who gives a shit about ranks and what they say? That shit is. That's why I don't engage any of it. It doesn't mean anything. If you want your team to win, that's all that matters, really. Either you win or you're not.
dude. I was,
Rankings don't matter. Look how they've already moved. They've moved off
bro.
of Patrick Mahomes, bro. They don't really talk about him like that. He got
Nah,
fucking 18
he
rings,
he's
10
now
times
he's
to
now
the
in the
Super Bowl.
Tom Brady mode now. Now they
Hmm.
just it's just all they give him his due respect, but they like the shiny new toy. They got the Jerry Cooney status, man. You know, they want
And
Josh Allen to
what's
be
the
they
kid
want
name
Josh
that's
Allen
coming
to
up
win
next
win
year?
these rings,
What's his
you know.
name? What's the? Well, that's all that shit's washed. What's that dude? What's the kid name now? Peyton Manning's nephew or whatever.
Arch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
these are
Archie.
all the new. These are all the new. All that shit is over with. All that shit that you're talking about with Josh and all that shit's done. They're that's all over. It's a whole new crop of
Nah,
people,
they
bro.
holding on to Josh for at least a couple of more years. But you
Who?
know, Josh is considered the best quarterback in the league now. You know that, right? That's what they
Who's
say.
holding on to him? Dan Orlovsky, bro? Who are you talking
Nah,
about?
dude, I know a lot of people that think Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the league. A lot of people say it, but I mean, it like you said, it
The
doesn't really
league,
hold weight. The league is
the
the
league has
league now.
moved on. So
No, I agree.
people who are
I
older
agree.
can keep holding on to shit. It don't fucking matter.
I agree. And the thing is, you know what's so
Doesn't
crazy about
matter.
it? It, dude, you guess who PFF said the most clutch quarterback was last year? It's just insanity,
Shit,
dog.
I don't know.
It's insane.
Redskins quarterback. I don't know.
No, they gave it to Dak, and I'm like, how did that
Oh, that.
happen? This is insane. Because I remember when we talked about it a long time ago. Remember we was watching, and I think we watched that. It was the Green Bay game. That's when I really knew there was such thing as the Dak lens, which they had written about, by the way. Y'all welcome. But remember, we was just like, hold on, man, what the fuck is going on here? It was the Ben Roethlisberger, and they played like trash in that playoff. So remember that playoff? It was like 2006, 17, 18, some shit like that. And I mean,
Not
Rodgers just
anymore.
flat out quit. That motherfucker just flat out quit on his team. Just quit on Green Bay. Just like, fuck
Hmm.
it, man. Yeah, I don't care. Y'all ain't trying to win. I ain't trying to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, bro.
Hmm.
And you know who was always trying to say that? Because Greg Jennings was always trying to say that, like, yeah, he can make all the throws, man, but he just wasn't a good leader. Like that shit. He wasn't a
Hmm.
good teammate at that time.
Well,
I
the thing
think he
is that,
became
like I
better,
said,
but
he's a champion. He's a champion as well. My thing is that people are trying to. I'm not really into the orchestrating narrative, living in. That's what they're. That's the whole environment that they're doing, though. I mean, you got to. He's a great. You talking about Aaron Rodgers, a great quarterback, a champion.
oh, one of the best
And
for
that's to
sure.
me. That's pretty much the end of it, honestly. Because
Nah, not for
at the end
me,
of the
bro.
day, when Jalen Hurts wins a ring, then what are we
Narrative
talking?
is
So
everything.
Jalen, the Super Bowl isn't everything. Is what you're telling me.
No, it's
Oh,
not.
okay. Well, yeah, we're in two different worlds then.
No, we're
Because
not. We're in the same world.
Jalen Hurts winning the Super Bowl. I mean, they don't think Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback ever. They've never thought that.
What?
They've never thought that, bro.
Not better than
Listen,
Tom Brady, but they consider him in the top
listen
five
closely.
overall.
No, man, they ran that fucking narrative for about a couple of good years, and they got off that motherfucker so fast and went to your boy in Buffalo and the boy in Cincinnati.
That's why I say
They
Super
got off him
Bowls ain't
because
everything
the
though,
narrative
Paradox.
shit is
That's my
bullshit.
point. That's my point because if it was everything, then Josh Allen wouldn't still get this love that he get. This
No,
Josh,
no, no. What
you know.
I mean is that you're talking about the media bubble. That's the click. You talking about the click world, the clickbait world, the clicky bait world. In my opinion, all that ESPN writing articles and shit, that's not reality. Reality is getting on the field and playing and having rings and
Oh
winning
well, yeah, well
championships.
that
Everything else is
always
bullshit talk.
that's
That's all
always
bullshit.
tangible. Even beyond that, the players know, man. Everybody knows what's real when it comes
Because
down to it. I mean, you can almost make it
what
up,
you're
right?
talking about is how they kind of do Mike
Yeah, narratives.
and
You
Kareem
build narratives.
and
Narratives,
Magic and
everything.
that. Like if you're trying to shift with the times, that's what I'm trying to tell you though. If you're sticking to your narrative shit, the shifting now, like I'm saying, is the new people. We shouldn't even be talking about no
The
Josh Allen, no Dak, and
the
no Lamar.
only
We got the new people to talk about because just like they forgot about the old heads and went to Michael Jordan and
listen,
all the new guys and went to Kobe and kind of they and I'm gonna tell you they really want to get off Jordan, but you just gotta play a video. You just
dude,
gotta
that's
you
all
just
you
gotta go
have
to
to do,
you just gotta go to
dog. I was
YouTube.
just about
We
to
done
say
talking about
that.
that shit. We gotta talk
He's
about
the
that shit. Take
only
everything off.
dude where the narrative meets the real life, and
Right.
you cannot
Only
fuck with it.
one. Can't
You
can't
cannot,
do it.
you
Can't.
cannot fuck with it. And I
Nope.
did not like Jordan. I hated that dude, man.
Can't fuck
I
with it,
just
bro.
because I was a Magic Johnson guy, and I just
Good luck
but
out there with
but
that.
watching
Good luck.
Michael, because to hate him and then to still just to fall to what he did, dude.
Yeah.
I almost cried when they beat the Lakers, bruh. Nigga, I was just
Hmm.
like,
Yeah. He's
he's
probably
that
the only.
motherfucker, dog.
Uh
I mean, it's just
even
like
Tom.
because
I mean, like, and
hold on,
then and Tom Brady got his shit on the back end. Really, I
no,
mean, like I
but
said, the narrative was talking about fucking Peyton Manning for
but
10
what I'm
fucking years,
saying is, like, when the
losing.
kids don't understand, he looked like a video game, bruh.
He
This
still do.
dude looked like some of the stuff that I forgot about. I'm like, damn,
I just watched 40 minutes of him last night.
that's crazy.
The shit that I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Same thing you just said. That happened to me last night.
That shit is crazy, dog. Like,
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
nobody in the league do it.
To this
Nobody
day.
does it in the league now.
Could you
Nobody
imagine
does
how
it
he would be
in the
playing now? Oh
league
my lord.
now. The reverse, the hang, the holding the ball, like it just nobody. And even when Kobe was the closest that did it, he's the post. Like like it's just like what Gilbert Arenas said, dude. Like it's 93 to 96 Jordan is what Kobe was able to emulate. Nobody was like 84 to 89 Mike.
No,
And that's before the
no,
chips. Nobody. Nobody, dog.
no,
Nobody. There was
no.
nothing like him, man. You, dude, I would tell anybody, if you never seen this man play, watch one regular season game,
Just watch the
man, where
game.
he
Yeah, watch the whole
just
game.
just just watch a whole game and just look at it.
Oh,
And the thing is, they did it. Hold on, the fouls, how he used to get fouled, bruh.
mm-hmm.
And you basically playing with football player, power forwards, no soft stuff, bruh.
Nope.
These guys were like, nigga, we run the paint. The paint, he was in the world of sinners.
He lived in that motherfucker too. He lived in it. That's the crazy part.
I mean,
I tell you this:
relentless, bruh.
if he was playing the way they played now, he would have played 25 years.
I mean, relentless, bruh. With the hold on, with the eating regiments and the programming that they got and the
Yeah,
training systems and
yeah,
the facilities.
yeah.
What?
Because I think did he ever get injured? He
Yeah,
wasn't injury prone at all, right? Did he have any major injuries?
yeah, hey. Now he got injured the second year of his NBA career. He sat out, but that was the only time I think. Other than that, he was
Was
like
that it?
82 games, 82 games,
Yeah,
80
82
games,
games.
81
Yeah,
games. Like he played every night, bro. Like it was no
yeah. If
40
this was the
some
same style
minutes.
of play, he would have easily done
Yeah, it was
probably
crazy,
20, at
bro.
least 20.
Crazy.
How long did Kareem play? 21,
I think Kareem got at least 23 in. No, it was longer than
23.
21.
But he
Shit,
sat.
Kareem down there
But
50
he
by the
really
time he got out this motherfucker.
right. He
That nigga
wasn't
like
really
George
playing, but he was
Foreman at this
there.
motherfucker. he could barely run up and down the court, man. They were like,
Yeah,
yeah, man, let's
you gotta
cap
go,
out of
bro.
here, bro. Cap. Dude, you know what's so crazy? I was just like, imagine he didn't really get prime Kareem. That nigga got like the post
Hmm.
Kareem, like y'all don't remember Magic taking over the rookie year and is playing center when he got hurt, bro? Like, dude, as soon as Magic got on that team, he was the best player on that team. Period, bro. El
Yeah, Magic
Capitan,
was the
yeah,
man,
bro.
bro.
But shit, he was already an old man by the time Magic got there. Straight up, bro.
Yeah,
He was a
yeah. He was overhead.
vet. He was an old head, bro. Straight up, man. He played all through the 70s and shit. In fact, I think Kareem was shit drafted in the 60s, if I'm not mistaken, bro. I gotta look at that, but shit, Kareem gotta be close to 80, man. If he not 80, close to it.
Oh, he gotta be close. Yeah, he gotta be close to
Yeah,
it.
he gotta be in the 70s, bro. He gotta be. Yeah. Yeah, and it's
Oh
no
yeah, he
slight
definitely in
on
the
his
70s.
game. Yeah, it's no slight on his game, man.
But he's from a
Kareem
different
was a great,
era,
great player.
different everything. I mean, it's whole
Yeah,
different.
but he was not part of Showtime. You do how many times you ever see him running the floor with them boys when
Hmm.
and he was on the team, I mean, at least till I guess 88, at least to 88, 87.
Hmm.
Shit, somewhere right around there. But he was never when Magic and Worthy and Byron Scott and all them, Mike Coop and all them boys were running the floor, Kurt Rambis. Yeah, it was a whole
Hmm.
different Clay Daddy, Michael Thompson. Shit. All them boys was running the floor, man. So yeah, but yeah, Mike, man. Yeah, salute to Michael Jeffrey Jordan, bro. Yeah, it's clear he's the best basketball player in that ever laced them. I mean, shit, you can choose your Rucker Park. You know, yeah, I don't care who you get, bro. It's nobody
You
like
gotta, but
him,
like I said, you
man.
gotta add. But you gotta add the pressure. You
Nobody.
know, and all just the pressure, the money, the fame. It's things that they just didn't experience.
Yeah,
The globalization, globalizing the sport. I mean,
and and
marketing, branding.
LeBron James is a freak athlete too. He really is, bro. He's freakish. But as freakish as LeBron is, man, doesn't he's still not Michael Jordan. I mean, he still wasn't. But you
He doesn't even. He's not even that type of player anyway.
but you know who's cold? You know who was
He's a
cold?
passer.
You know who was cold though? That was kind of like freakish, but he was not like the premier athlete. Penny Hardaway was crazy too, boy. Penny was crazy.
Oh hell yeah!
I was just like, damn, Penny, whoa.
He's a
God,
monster.
yo, the step back, dude, he the one that started the little step, the little that stuff that James Harden does.
James Harden does.
I
Yeah.
I thought that James Harden he did it away like he spun off a dude. It was a high post. It was a crazy. I'm like, what?
Mm.
I know this man that just do like a backward step pull back three on this man. Like that shit was crazy. He did flame Jordan. He made Jordan come back the next year and just be like, dude, we got to kill these
Jordan
kids.
got locked in.
That fool put 45 on Jordan in there, man. Swept their ass.
Hmm.
He was a killer, bro. I was just like, damn, I forgot how good Penny didn't get hurt. He would at least been like Kobe, at least.
I
And probably would
know.
have got him a couple of chips too, somewhere down the line, because he would have carried the team. Because there
Yeah,
was
he was.
nobody like him, with that long kind of like drag out between him and I guess the new crop of guys when Jerry got in, Jerry Stackhouse, and then Vince
Hmm.
Carter and all that crew came later
Yeah,
on.
he would have got him
And
one or
Tracy,
two.
yeah, Tracy McGrady, that little bridge because
Well, he would
I
have
remember
teamed
he
up
came
too,
out
though.
what 91, 92.
Uh,
Shit, we were still young bucks when he came out. We were young. So
hmm.
yeah, so I was just like,
He was
damn,
gonna
I
be the
forgot
man.
about that. Yeah, because see, they did blue chips what 92
Yep.
back in 92, bro. That's crazy.
Hmm.
So he was already out there. This is before Kobe and then them came. Kobe, Kevin Garnett wasn't in the league yet. None of them guys were there. It was just
Yeah, Penny
basically
was
him
gonna
and
be the
Grant. It was
man.
him, Grant Hill, and Jason Kidd were the young boys.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
injuries,
Jamal
man.
Mashburn, all them kind of dudes.
Hmm.
Were the athletic guys at that time. But yeah, Penny was the man. He could have had a Dwayne Wade kind of career. He could at least drag
Yeah.
somebody to a couple of chips. A couple. Him and Grant Hill. Grant Hill was there too.
Yeah.
Grant
Grant
Hill,
Hill
but
was another one.
yeah, but Grant Hill was more like Pippen than he was. I mean, he was like a Pippen kind of clone. So
Grant Hill was a monster, bro.
yeah, he was
Shit,
smart ass
Pippen
basketball
was a
player.
monster. Really?
That's what I'm saying. They're real smart. You know, hit you with the one,
Yeah.
two basic. You know what I'm saying?
Very sound, very
No
fundamental.
false steps. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Very
coached very
skilled.
well.
Hmm.
Pippen was athletic too, though. I mean, it was. I mean, just just the backdrop of how. everybody was. I mean, Charles Barkley was a monster back in his day. I mean, it was crazy. So I mean, there was a
Mhm.
lot of talent, man, in that
That
bridge
shit was
between the
running, boy.
'90s and into what it became. But
Even early
still,
2000s, but then I think it started to kind of, in my opinion, you know.
yeah, because
But
then
I
you
ain't
had
get in.
AI. It was AI, Kobe. That was that draft class. Really, that was still talk about
Mhm.
that shit. I think shit. What AI was in that draft class? Kobe. I want to say Ray Allen. Yeah, there was a lot of guys in that joint. Yeah,
Yeah, but we didn't get a bunch of LeBrons though. After that, it was pretty much over with. Though, it feels like.
yeah. Now it's just like,
You know what I'm saying, you go back to that 2007, 8, 9 era. You had LeBron,
yeah.
and like you didn't get like a bunch of those. You didn't get a not a bunch, but like we'll just say 10 LeBron, not necessarily LeBrons, but you know what I mean, like high level, high skill. I'm trying to think who would those guys be back then. I don't know. I think fuck it's just LeBron, really, and
I
everybody else
was
was already there.
I was looking at Tobias Harris. I think he used to play for the Sixers. He's been moved off. This dude almost made like almost $1 billion in the league, bro.
Uh-uh.
Crazy bread.
He
It
crazy as
just
shit.
he's like the Kirk Cousins of the NBA. That shit is crazy. This man had made like 340 something $1 million contract money, guaranteed basketball bread, paid.
Now, I just thought about after LeBron, all we had was fucking Russell, KD, Jane. I
Yeah,
mean,
and they disappointed too, man.
all of them
KD
motherfuckers, all
definitely
of them, bro.
disappointed me,
It's just
bro.
like
KD, dog, you was the chosen one, dude. But
even no
I don't even.
AD,
Would you consider
Bynum,
KD better than Dirk? You
Bynum,
think KD could
AD,
have pulled?
Odin,
Do you
huh?
think KD could have pulled that Dallas team to a chip, man? With that the same kind of, you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if he even see. That's what I'm saying.
Bro,
Like, you cannot
I don't know. Like I said, whatever happened after the early two
KD is,
thousands, the
yeah,
instinct, the instinct and the effort that's required to drag a team. I
exactly,
think all that shit pretty much came to an end, and it
exactly.
reset. Everything reset, and so it is what it is now. You know, the last
Because
15 years.
Dwayne
But
Wade did it.
yeah,
I
all that shit was
mean,
done. Yeah, the
Dirk did it.
pressure. I think the pressure that's required, the pressure, the stress, the whatever the fuck it is, I don't even know.
I
Whatever
mean,
it does,
Steph
clearly.
Steph did it, but Steph did it before it was actually seen. So Steph was like one that really a small guard because they really didn't really give him his props. But Steph pulled Golden State to the chip. The first, especially the first one. He was going crazy. Remember we was talking about like this dude is pulling up
Mm,
from half court, bro. Like, but yeah, I just can't. KD, man, when you joined the Golden State, I mean, when you joined Golden State after you got kicked out in the final round and y'all could have won the seven, it was just, nah, it's just,
they made it look easy though. I won't lie
yeah,
about that. They
that's
pretty much
crazy, bro.
unstoppable.
How you joined? That is crazy. That's like Michael Jordan joining the Detroit Pistons, bro,
Yeah, they're pretty
when
much
he got swept.
unstoppable.
That's insanity, dog. Can you
Hmm.
imagine that? We just like that nigga playing with Isaiah and all
I
them
mean, I would
boys,
say
man.
from KD's perspective, I
Uh,
understand. Do what you got to do.
just to get a chip, just to
No,
have an
remember,
easy way to
I
get to
don't
the
know if it
chip.
was that they couldn't beat LeBron. In my mind, I think
Oh,
that they had
that
to get
too.
KD.
That's true.
I think Golden State
That's
was a bunch of
true.
fucking jump shooters,
That's true. You
and
could
they
not
needed
be LeBron
they
unless you
needed a
created a super
baller.
team.
And LeBron would have probably snagged one more, maybe not the third one, but one more without. But they figured it out without KD and won one. So it's not like they didn't do it without him
They
when he
won
left
two without KD.
too.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So KD was
But the
just
problem is once you crack the code, I always think it's it with the and you keep the relatively similar team. I
you know
think
how
it's
to get
easy
there.
for you to run a
Yeah,
couple
you know how
times.
to make the runs. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
That's what
yeah.
happened with Tom and them. That's what
Yeah,
happened with
Patrick.
Mahomes and them.
Patrick the
They
same
figured it
thing.
out.
Yeah. They
Yeah, they
so
figured it.
used
Whatever that shit is,
Patrick's so used to
they
getting to the
figured it out.
championship game. Yeah, I'm in the
Right,
playoffs. I'm going to win two of these things. I'm going to win two of
right.
these games. I'm going to find a way to get to the win. I'm going to
Yeah,
find a way to get there. And the
yeah.
thing is, I knew Patrick would start to win really good is when he learned how to win ugly. Dak just haven't
That's
learned how
that's
to
the
win
that's
ugly
the
yet,
trick in
bro.
football for sure.
That's the trick, bro.
Yeah,
You think
that is.
Sam Darnold didn't have no ugly games last year? Drake May was
Oh,
terrible,
bro,
bro.
I meant to tell you that too.
Drake
What you
May
maybe?
was terrible. I'm like, this motherfucker ain't played good though. Super Bowl, he played decent.
Yep.
Did you watch this dude play?
Yeah, I watched all the quarterbacks,
He
but like
was
you just
not good in
said
the
though,
playoffs. He was not good in the
but
playoffs,
think
dog.
about this: the amount of jokes that we gave Sam Darnold, you got to take them all back. You got it done. Remember
Nah,
that? Remember him?
nah,
He was on. He was on.
nah,
Was it the Jets?
nah. I can't do that,
He was on the
dog.
Jets. It was terrible. He was on some other
Nah.
team. It was terrible.
I,
Minnesota, wherever he was at, I don't know.
he
Terrible.
put it like this.
At the end of the day, DC, he got it done.
Listen, I
Say
agree with
whatever
you.
you want
Take
to
the snap.
say.
No,
You can
no,
talk
no.
about all those bullshit lists about
I
whoever
know
and
what it
whatever
is.
with the rest of the motherfuckers,
Listen.
Stephen A. and Nina's and Skips and all that bullshit that they
Oh man,
talking.
yeah, that's crazy.
He got it done.
Yeah,
Period.
that's not a real, and that's what I'm saying. I think that's what really kind of helped the argument because now they see that these guys there's other components that go into winning games, man. It's all kinds
Well,
of things that
everybody
go
know
into it.
that. They're
Yeah,
just talking. They're just being
yeah,
entertaining, focusing on one player. That's
yeah,
retarded.
yeah, 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 yeah. So,
Every year you know that it requires a bit of luck, but also your organization got to be tight, at least for that year, for that run. Things got to line up, like you said. Things got to be right though, man. That organization got to be right though. I don't know if I would be curious to find out what team won a Super Bowl without with it being chaos. You know,
um,
the owner wants to sell the team. The
right.
GM just got hired. It's a new coach. This, these guys don't get along. What? I need. Show me chaos and the Super Bowl is what I'm trying to find out. Because it seems like that cohesion, that focus, everybody doing their part. Nobody's doing too much extra shit at any level. Those teams tend to either be close or they win. And I don't think nothing is broke. That's been still it's still pretty consistent.
And the most important thing too, in a playoff run is whether your defense gets distracted or not. Like your defense has to be solid, bro. Like
Yeah.
even if your defense was trash during the regular season, if they can just play focused ball and just
That
disciplined
defense gotta
football,
do their job, bro.
yeah, you just
If
no
defense
big
if defense do their
plays. You know what
job
I'm
and you got the right
saying?
kind of offense, bro, you're gonna be pretty close.
Yeah.
And
So
you're just waiting on that time, right? You always wait on that time where, couple of your teams gonna fell off in your division, and the path gets a little light, and then you realize when you lose in the playoffs that we're just as good, we're just as bad as they are. We thought we was better. Because think about Dallas, how many chances they had where the
man,
NFC was trash and they still lost. And so like you're trash with the trash. You're part of the trash.
yeah, not good.
But you out here selling wolf tickets.
Not good at
Uh,
all.
think about how many years the pathway was wide open, bro.
Just
This
unnecessary
this
pressure, man.
quarterback hurt. This team in disarray. This team rebuilding.
Yeah.
This team for whatever reason lost 8 games in a row. For whatever fucking reason it was. You're like in a prime position to get
Mm,
a bye and 2 games at home against some bullshit. No, can't can't
uh,
can't do it.
I agree.
Can't do it.
But the
Right there,
but the
right on the
but the
platter
one
for you.
thing the one thing that remained constant during those times where they did fail was that they ran into some real no nonsense defenses that were solid. And even if they wasn't dominant, they were very, very disciplined, man.
That's when
If
you
your
elevate,
eyes were
though.
like wondering and somebody wasn't on a mission, like if you ran a lazy route, they made you pay for that shit. Like they were focused.
No,
Somebody
that's what
wasn't holding on to the ball, they flipped
regardless of
it,
how good the
you
defenses
know.
were. What you're really talking about is how shitty your team is.
I agree.
That's the reality of it. It ain't the defense. Is that your
I
team
agree.
isn't ready to win a championship. That's all.
Yeah, that's true.
and the
Yeah,
playoffs
that's
exposes
really
that
what it
shit.
comes down to. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the fact.
it's like you thought you was this, and you assumed that, and everything was this. That shit got to be tight. Got to be at least for that run. It got to be tight. Even if you get tight mid year, even if you get tight right at the playoffs, like whatever. Because I want to say, didn't they kind of fumble into these two teams? Was that last year, right? Was that last year where they was that last year where both teams kind of fumbled into the championship? Am I wrong?
No, that's true.
That was last
Both
year,
both
right?
both championship games were terrible, bro. I
right,
mean, it was
right,
bad.
right.
Yeah, it was not good at all, man.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah,
you can't win
neither neither
when
neither
everything
one of
is
those.
perfect for you to take over, to take
Yeah,
advantage of a situation. You're not prepared for it. You're not ready
it
for
sort of it sort of defeats the narrative about like what people, because like what last year showed was really like if you have a team that's ready to win, like you said, they're prepared to
it.
win,
Yep.
they're
Yep.
ready to win.
Well,
They're not bullshitting around. They focused. They're
you
about their
gotta be, man.
business.
Cause like you just
Yeah,
said, one lazy
that's it.
route, the game over.
Yeah,
We've seen it too many times in the
yeah.
playoffs,
You
bro.
cannot,
Too many times.
bruh. You cannot be, because no possession is. Everything is serious.
Yep.
Ain't no time for play. This is the playoffs, bruh.
And that's why he says that's the hardest thing to do to stay. Obviously some luck plays a part in it,
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's
just to stay
of
just to
course
stay in that whatever
that
you call it, that stream.
it's a pocket. That's what I'm
Yeah, it's a
saying.
pocket.
Patrick
Yeah.
Patrick stays in a pocket.
Oh
No
yeah.
matter how bad I have played
Nah,
up
man. They
until
they they
now,
crack him
if we
him and
got a chance,
yeah.
to win the game, I can win it ugly. That's what Pat learned.
If
That's
you
what
look at the
Tom Brady
last
learned.
year, if you look at the last year or two, really, if that team was right, they would have been they would have he would have
Yeah.
got him a couple more.
You know who has not learned how to do that? Who's one of the best quarterbacks that ever played? Dan
Oh
Marino never learned how to win
yeah,
ugly. Never
yeah,
did. But he was clearly probably the best quarterback during his era. I mean, even better than Joe Montana in a lot of ways. I mean,
yeah.
just playing quarterback position, but he just didn't know how to win that kind of way. Couldn't find a win without him throwing 300 some yards. And Dak is the same way, 300 yards. And I mean, he got to play one of the best games ever. You know what I'm saying? to win, and that's
Well,
crazy,
well,
bro.
Dallas has an ownership problem. So when every game's
Yeah,
a playoff game, then it's a circus. So it don't even matter. It doesn't matter how serious you are. It's irrelevant. It's not
That is true.
sustainable. It's
It's
not
not
sustainable
sustainable
because
for the
because
whole
one
year.
thing
Yeah,
outside of probably Kansas City, a lot of teams get up in that thing unknowingly. Like
yeah.
like this year, the year coming right now, we don't know who's going. It's
Nah.
gonna be some teams that go on some good runs that you
How
know.
many how many times have they talked about Seattle this offseason? And they
Yeah,
won the Super Bowl. I mean,
yeah.
that's crazy, bro. But that's
That's
what that's how it
fucking
is.
crazy, bro.
They didn't have like a star quarterback. A
Nope,
star quarterback was not the one that led them there. So it's not
nope.
no Patrick Mahomes to kind of elevate to a level of, this is the new guy. It was somebody that nobody really believed in. But like you said,
Nope.
now they got to give him his credit. They can't talk shit about him no more because he won.
Mm-mm.
You can't even use that narrative. Oh, how many
Nope.
times have you seen the Sam Darnold win? The
No, that's
Colin,
over with.
the
That's
Colin, the
over with.
lazy Colin Cowherd model.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
how many
over.
times have you seen so and so win? Shut up. Just shut up, bro.
I'd be glad when all those shows die. Honestly,
Just shut up. Sometimes it's okay to just. I can't believe this dude is a millionaire, man. That's crazy talking sports,
I
man. But
can.
that's jeez.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, you're right.
That,
It
that's
does make.
those are the exact ones who become those.
Uh,
Actually,
like you said, the Alex Jones thing and
yeah, just pushing
the
bullshit.
sensationalism of it all. Just
Not really saying nothing. No, you
yeah,
have to
just
say
just
something.
talking,
Yeah, just talking.
just talking, bro.
Yeah, can move on. Don't have any real takes. Don't really believe in
Right?
anything.
Just
Yeah,
like,
man. That's what this place
I
about.
mean, wrong. When I say wrong about everything,
Yeah,
wrong
wrong.
about everything,
Wrong.
and then talk about like you was always like, yeah, man, I
Hmm.
just love that. Now you
That's
now
why.
you
That's
love.
why I told
Well,
you it
that's
won't
crazy.
matter. Even if Dak wins the
That's
Super Bowl, it
crazy.
doesn't. It doesn't matter because the narrative has already been set. So it doesn't matter. He can
Yeah,
win
that's
fucking five
crazy.
of them. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but
Because something about psychologically when because remember you're managing the whole country, and so once you put narratives on whoever they are, it's very difficult It takes time. Think about what Mike Tyson went through. If you're in a space where you have the time, then you can go through the cycle. But normally, sports is very short lived, and so once a narrative is laid on top of you, not by your own structure, you get to. I mean, the reason why athletes do shows. Remember that? Remember, was it A Rod? Remember back in the day, about 20 years ago, when they started telling athletes, one day you're gonna be able to have your own. Y'all gonna be able to have your own. Be able to, you don't have to go to media no more, right? You're
Yeah.
gonna be media. I think the first guy to test that out, I think it was A Rod, right, when he retired. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he was sort of the first guy to sort of really. I may be missing a few guys out there, but he's
I
one of the
thought it
first big
was
headliner. He's one of the first big headliner guys who say, you know what, I'm gonna try it.
I guess at the top of his sport because he was considered to be the very, very best baseball
Mhm.
player for a
It was the
while.
begin. It was the beginning of killing the news media shit. This was the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Where
Where
the
the athlete
athlete
can
can
kind of
the
create
athlete is not
his own storyline. Yeah, he's not
basically
subject
Skip
to.
Bayless
Yeah.
and Colin Cowherd does not get to set your story
Boy,
because of
they
who
ran.
called them and paid them or told them or whatever the fuck it
Yeah.
is,
And they ran it for
whatever
a
they do.
long time too, boy. I
That's the
know
job. What, for 50, 60 years,
that
radio
pissed them
shows,
off, boy.
they're still
When
mad
they
to this
figured
day.
out that they couldn't run it no more like that. Oh man.
Yeah. No,
Sheesh.
well, before what it was is that they were, and a lot of times they're so distant. You got this multi-million-dollar player. You're just a worker bee that has to create
Mhm.
stories, and y'all never interacted per se, unless she was in the locker room or whatever. But even then, it was a separation between the two. So the rule was we can say whatever we want to say about you, right? We can make money off of you, be it a local radio station or a national television show, right? And
Yeah,
that was the rule. That was the rule.
that's a
We can
fact.
write what we want to write. We can say what we want to say. We can set the way we want to set it. That's the rule. All the people in the media agreed, and that was the end of that. And and the organizations, the sports teams, because I didn't even know back in the day they made them talk. Oh, y'all have to talk contractually, like that type of shit. It's all orchestrated. You know what I mean?
I think they still do got press junkets
Yeah,
or
it doesn't change. I just didn't know it 25 years ago. I'm just saying when I found out about it years ago, I was like, oh shit, oh y'all have to do all this
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
You get
yeah, yeah, yeah.
fined and it's all organized and the media works with the ownership and it's all the whole thing. The
It's
paper.
part of the team.
Even the dossiers they have on every player. If you misbehave or they want to kill your value, they have paper. They just release it like they did my boy, down in Texas. It's not
Which
the
one?
Deshaun Watson.
Damn,
Oh, you want to misbehave? Oh, you know what we got, right? Yeah,
that's crazy.
go ahead and release that shit. He been doing it for years. We was cool.
That's
We ain't
crazy.
cool. Release it. That type of shit. We're gonna trade them and all that good shit. I'm just saying,
Deshaun
the
Watson was a
gamesmanship of all of the
terror out
bullshit.
there in H
Yeah.
Town, getting happy endings like crazy.
And so, well, like you said, if you don't play game, if you don't play ball, no matter if you're an actor or rapper or whoever you are, they all have, they all got the dossiers, the Manila folder, you know, postage paid, waiting to go out if
Word.
you misbehave. And like I said, that could be any person that's in those type of in that world. So you got to be on your best behavior. You know what I mean?
For sure, for sure, for
You
sure.
think Deshaun Watson ain't been doing that since whenever? Probably college. And it's best to have something on you anyway. Easier to manage
Agreed.
you. You can be managed better. They don't like crispy and clean. You know that. You're difficult when you're clean.
It's hard to sell you though.
Hmm.
Hard to market you when you just squeaky like that. Hell,
Yeah.
Tim Tebow showed that. You
Oh,
know.
they had to get him. They had to get him up out of there. You gotta
Yeah,
go.
man.
Well, dude, that's not what this place is. Because in the real world, these motherfuckers are savages.
Yeah, this
You
ain't the
know,
sport for you, son.
nah,
This ain't
they
the sport for
savages,
you.
bro. You talking about sex, drugs, and rock and roll, man.
Yeah.
All packaged nice and neatly, and put
Yep.
into the American pie and the American flag, wrapped nice and neatly. Whole Sweet Home Alabama. You know what I mean? Like they have that shit packaged beautifully.
And speaking on that,
But behind the scenes, it is savage, cutthroat.
you know what's so weird, man? Somebody was asking me the other day, like, they were like, "Do you celebrate July 4th?"
Hmm.
And I just looked at them. I said, "Well, what do you mean by that?"
What kind of question is that, though?
They said, "Well, do you?" And I guess because like I said, like some people, man, I really don't. I'm really trying to understand, like, this new fixation with, like I said, that's why I say the Tariq Nasheed thing, man. I'm
Uh,
telling you, bro. His people, the people that follow him, man, that you do, they need to be. It's something up with that. Like he has tapped into something that's very similar to that MAGA energy. You know, I know you say he's not. You don't understand how that's like MAGA, but that's what I mean by that. Like it's a certain kind of group think.
yeah, I think that statement is. I ain't gonna go too hard on you though.
Go
I'm gonna
hard, man,
I'm gonna
because
let you
I
live
I I
today.
want to hear I want to
I don't
hear
know because I
why
don't
that
know what
sounds
you're
crazy
seeing.
to you.
No, no, no. I'm
I don't
saying it
see how you
may.
don't see the correlation in that. To be
I mean,
honest with you,
I'm probably not. I'm not. No, I mean, I can't say I'm not overanalyzing. I'm analyzing it heavy. I mean,
because you in those circles, man. You in that the foundational Black American. That's crazy, bro. That's wild. You know that, man. But we talked about that, like I said, we talked about that, like shit.
yeah, it's
This is
15
like
years ago, man.
that's what I'm saying. And I
Right.
remember when you came to me. I remember we was at literally. You're like, yeah, bro, that shit, that's crazy. You was right, and that was the shit wasn't even a year old. It wasn't even a
Six
year
months.
old. It was still between him and
Six
Yvette
months.
Carnell and what's my man Anton.
Tone.
They were all cool at that moment. Still cool. They've been beefing for what 10 years now, at least 10, at least 10, bro.
I mean, like I
What you
said, some
guys
people think it's all
yeah.
CIA shit. So I mean, again, I don't. I
Well,
don't know.
that's just like everything, bro. When there
But that's
when there's
everything.
when there's
Yeah, that's
10, there's
everything.
one.
That's
When
everything.
there's 20, there's two. That goes without saying. Saying CIA shit is just like saying there's a crowd in Times Square. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah.
parade somewhere. Like you think there's
Yeah.
no evidence there? There's nobody amongst the crowd getting high and smoking that don't work for the so-called federal government. It just
Yeah.
that never made
Yeah.
sense to me. So yeah, that saying that doesn't mean nothing to me.
I
Even
agree.
even even amongst the so-called rappers that you know,
Yeah, I
the
agree.
entourages,
Yeah.
how big
Yeah.
they entourages are. Are you serious, bro? 20 of them. You think
Yeah.
you think these people don't have
Handler.
so-called
Yeah.
feds or people that are
Feds.
connected to
Yeah.
law enforcement? That who
Yeah.
who generally runs security for these guys? What did they used to work at?
FBI.
Police departments, right?
Police.
Police departments,
Military.
FBI, some kind of law enforcement, and then they
Yeah.
basically branch off and do the private sector. I mean, come on, man. Listen.
Mm.
And most of the time, they got some kind of military, some kind of clearance. So, if you understand what that's all about, it goes without saying. I mean,
And I think, like you said, and I think any. That's why I'm
it's a
always skeptical.
Tuesday.
I'm always skeptical about every single movement that exists. Is because of that. You know, any kind of movement, any kind of organization, including the Mormons, doesn't really matter what it is. Any kind of thing is,
It's compromise.
I'm highly suspicious
Now, now,
that
now, now, now.
the
Remember,
federal government's involved in it.
we're saying that as already being a given. So I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that to me that needs to be. That's not what I'm saying it for.
Well,
I'm saying it for.
I'm prefacing it there because when somebody starts to to I just want to make sure that you know there's a level of suspicion in general. That's just from my perspective. That, anything more than it being some kind of op, um, I don't know if it goes further than that. That's all I'm trying to say.
Man, when they said that they got over 3,000 pages and about 5,000 pages on Malcolm X and Martin Luther King separately, bro,
Uh,
within a 10-year span time, that should tell. It's probably more than that. I think it's more like 20. I'm really shortening it up. When they tell you that they got whole books and books.
Mhm.
Dude, they studied Dr. Wells for like 40 some years. Paradox.
Mhm.
Dr. Welsing.
Anything that's
Yeah,
a threat to the system, as
it's
we say. But I
it,
don't know. I don't know if now just say, and if I just put all that to the side and just say everything is what it is, right? So let's just, I'm just gonna go with what it is on his face. I just can't get to the, I don't get to the MAGA part. I mean, I get,
shit,
I get what the talking points is on it, but I
bro.
don't. I just, it's just some, I don't know,
Have
bro.
you been
There's
on
just
his
some fun.
page?
There's
You
just
you on his page though? Okay, you're on his
yeah,
page all the time,
yeah.
right?
I'm watching
You don't get
everybody.
that. You don't get that kind of energy over there with them.
No.
Okay.
No,
Uh,
I
I
think I
can
know.
be overreaching.
No, no,
You know,
no, 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 no. I'm not. I mean, hey, I mean, people are making
it's
those
my
people,
opinion though.
people are making statements like they're racist, that they're racist, they're white
Nah,
supremacists.
man.
Oh, I'm
Nah,
hearing all type of shit.
I mean,
I just don't. I just don't know.
the racist
I
thing is
just
crazy.
someone has. There's some fundamental things that I know
But what?
more than I,
How did it
and
lose
based
track
off.
from what it
Hmm?
originally was? Remember we was talking about the reparations thing. It
That's
ain't
why
even
I see
about
that.
reparations no
That's
more.
why
The
I said.
paradox.
That's why I said
The
it's an op.
paradox. It's not about reparations anymore. That's not something
Because that's the
that they
cover.
even talk about anymore. And I remember that's what I'm saying. You said, man, I was for it because I thought it was about reparations. It ain't about none of that shit. And I remember you saying that to me
Well,
right over there by the
who wouldn't
bathroom,
be
bro.
for it because
Like
it's
you
just
was just
that's just
like,
automatic.
this
It's
don't
nothing to
got
be
nothing to
against.
do. Like that's the only reason why you would use a, foundational Black American to get to the money. Other than that, what are you doing? I
No, no,
mean,
no. What I mean is that it doesn't matter if you is or isn't. It doesn't matter what is. It doesn't even matter if this group of people, obviously, you know, almost in fantasy, but if this group of people can command the federal government to pay people, uh, everybody's getting it. It doesn't matter what you call it. That's irrelevant. You
oh
know what I mean?
man.
But like you said, once you realize that this is not focused. This is this is not. If it takes this to generate followings, to get clicks and views, then yeah, we probably have a bit of a problem.
Dude.
Um, we have a bit of a problem, and so, um, but what I do like about it, even to this day,
Okay.
is that it highlights. Not to go into detail about it, but it highlights a whole lot of bullshit. So that's why I like it. I like anything that that's why I like Trump. I like anything that highlights that shows things, that give me some vision on some other things based off how the system is stimulated. It triggers things to happen, almost
But
like when like Trump is like a virus that invades the body, and then you watch what the you're a scientist and you want to see what the immune system does.
yeah,
So when Trump enters the
but
body,
viruses.
look at what happens. Look what everybody does. Look how all these things
Yeah,
start to pop up all of a sudden. Like, well, what is
but
going on here? This is
viruses
interesting.
kill though, paradox.
Hmm?
Viruses kill.
I live on a planet in this timeline called 2026 under
Uh-huh.
under a
So we've been
global
told.
empire. What the fuck are we talking about right now?
So we've been told.
I live in an empire that's exterminating people all
Yes.
over the world, specifically in the Middle East. So what are you talking about, man? Come on,
But
bro.
I'm saying
We
that is
killing. I mean, that's nothing.
but I'm saying that's
What's killing?
objectional. No, no, no. That's objectional reality. Why do you think people believe in the delusion? Is what I want to ask you. Because you got to best believe that even though the so-called, I guess, somebody that's the bringer of truth through
Uh
lies, which is what Trump
huh.
is so-called a person that does, because his lies
Trump is
reveal
just a
his
beautiful
his
manifestation
blatant his blatant his
of the
blatant
Western world.
lies reveal
2,000
truth
years. Two
in the
thousand years.
contradiction of it all. I get it
Two,
because
look,
he doesn't
2,500
know
years of the Western world,
he
man.
he doesn't know how to lie effectively. He doesn't know how to govern.
Oh,
Number
he's
one,
great.
but he's
No,
not.
he's great
I
though. He's not.
but I'm saying to
He's
the
not. No. What you're
expense
saying is not true. Nope.
to the
Nope. No.
expense to the
No.
expense
You're wrong, bro.
to
Stop
the
listening to that shit you're
expense
listening to, bro.
of what though?
He
To the
is.
expense of what?
He is phenomenal. What are you
Oh man,
talking about, bro? Are you serious?
phenomenal
He
in what
doesn't know
way?
how to do what? Are you? Oh,
He
you
don't know
think
how to
what? What are
govern,
you?
bro.
What are you? Who are you speaking for right now? Because I know how
See,
to.
don't do
Because
me
it.
like that.
Who
If we're
you
gonna
got?
have a
You got.
discussion, let's have a discussion. How
I
does
don't
he
know if you
govern?
want to have a discussion. I don't know if
No,
you want to. 'Cause
I
what you
want
just
to.
said is
How
crazy.
does he govern then? Let me know. How is he effective governing?
I
The
don't.
way
I'm
that
not.
the way that the
I
United
don't want
States
to. I don't
is
want to
set up.
change. I don't. My goal is not to change anybody's mind. So I'm not going to go into detail. I would just say this.
You said, hold on.
I'm
Okay,
just going to
so
say this.
so
You
so
you
so
have
so
fun. You know you have fundamental principles, and based off your fundamental principles, if you stay there, then you know Trump is a beautiful dream. He's the American dream. It's a fantasy that we're living in right now. It's so damn delicious. And
so
so that
so
then that's now
double
that's
so
a fun,
double
that's a
down on
fundamental thing.
delusion.
Now
Double down on
I can
delusion.
well just no I'm saying I can move everything I just said to the side and just say, oh yeah, he's a terrible this. Yeah, I can do that. I got
Nah,
you. If you
that's
want me to
not
cover, you
terrible.
want me
I
to
did not
cover.
say
If
that. See, I want to be very
you
clear.
just
I
say
did
he's a
not say
terrible
that.
liar.
No, he is a liar.
No, you say he's a terrible liar. I thought I heard you say
He is a
terrible.
bad liar. He's a bad
I
liar,
don't
but I'm saying his
I don't
lies.
think so
Hold on,
because you're under the
paradox.
impression that
Paradox.
you think.
Hold on. Let me say this because I think this is where we can kind of come to at least a middle ground this way. He lies because he doubles down on the bullshit, but it reveals the hypocrisy because, like I say, once you dig down to what the truth really is, then you have to look at it because people were telling pretty lies. That happens with Palestine. That happened with the Ukraine situation. That happens with all the things that he does. The Supreme Court decisions on how kind of flawed that birthright citizenship is. It kind of turns everything on its head. Now we get to what it really is because he's doubling down on the bullshit. You see what I'm
That's what I'm.
saying? That's
No,
how
that's
I
what I'm
look at
saying
it.
is that I don't want to. No, I'm just yeah, but the way you set it up, I'm just trying to kill that part. You see what I'm saying? I'm saying it's a beautiful mind. We're living in this reality. This is the truth. This is how it's gonna. This is how it's supposed to be. Let's live in it and enjoy it. But that's not how people are prefacing things, which I find interesting. That's all I'm
Do you
saying.
think
Does it make sense?
do you think his supporters live in truth? I
Yeah,
wanna ask you
yeah,
that for real.
yeah,
No,
for
they
sure.
don't. No,
Yeah,
they
they do.
don't, Paradox. No, they don't, bro. No, they
Oh,
don't.
okay. So we okay. So let me turn that. Let me turn off that switch. Give me a sec. Let me turn the switch off. Now
Okay, go ahead.
let me get on to where you are. So yeah, I agree with you. You're right.
Nah,
I'm a close that.
nah. Don't do that.
I'm a ride with you.
And
Yeah, Trump's a fuck.
I'm
Trump's a
not talking
fucking. He's a
about
fucking
I
idiot, bro. You're
am
right.
not hold on now. See, because I think you're talking about something else or some different groups of people. I'm talking about the crowd that supports him blindly. I do not see them as people that basically embrace truth. Not at all.
We're not. We're not. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna go. You're right. You're right.
Don't do that, bro. Don't do that.
I
Because
have
like
no choice. Because you can tell
nah,
you
nah,
why. You're
because
because you're in a vein and you're not coming out that vein. You're in this vein, and I live in that vein too. Obviously,
I'm
one
about to
foot
say,
in.
hold on now. What we talking about
The
now?
problem is this though. I don't know how to get you out of there
Well,
because
I hold on.
it
I
could
don't
be
hold on. I'm not holding on to right or
it's just
wrong when
how,
it comes
but it's
down
how
to it.
that you gotta
See,
just
but see, that's
doesn't
where you
that's the
at with
wrong
it.
language. No, I'm not. I'm telling.
I'm limited.
I'm look,
I'm
man. Look.
limited by the English language, Paradox. I'm
No, what I'm
limited by the
saying is
English
that
language
under
to describe
understand.
things.
Yeah, but understanding what it all is. Again, I'm not trying to be anything. I'm just saying, like, if they're giving it to you, we got. I think you got to go with it. That's all I'm trying to say. They're giving it to you. You got to go with it. All this other stuff, this noise about how it should and it is,
See,
it's
nah,
supposed
see
to
that
be,
I
and
knew that was gonna come up.
uh,
See, that's what I'm saying. That's
it's
too
the
simple,
language.
bro.
It's the no. I'm simple.
No, no,
I'm
no.
simple minded. It's
What I'm
language.
saying is that
So when
That's where
someone
the
starts telling me
delusion.
about
No,
words
no, no,
like
no, 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 no,
truth
no, no.
and
You
he's bad at these things, and it's like nope, wrong. You're
no,
not you're
no.
not
But
you're
what
not
I'm
in this
saying,
you're not in this reality. You're in some other thing somewhere else
no,
from
no, no,
some
no,
other
no, no,
time
no, no,
frame
no,
at
no.
some other point in the world.
Two
Like that's all that shit's dead, bro. You can kill that.
two
That's all.
things
That's people trying to live
two
in a
things
place
could
that don't
be
exist no more.
two things can be true, man. See, like I said, like
Let,
there
let me let
there
me
is
let
a
me let me do it. Let
useful.
me do it in a better way.
Go ahead.
The bulwark, right?
Come on, man.
I'm gonna give you an example, right? The bulwark. If if you didn't know anything and I just played that for you, you probably think you probably think you're like watching like Democrats or something, right? Like the level of deception and lies and psychoticness and everything you want to put on it. But
Right.
those people are not wherever whatever they're talking about is it doesn't exist. The logic doesn't exist. The thought process doesn't exist. The language doesn't exist. The so-called intelligence, none of that shit exists. They don't exist. Does that make sense? They don't
Yeah,
exist.
they're bad faith.
Now I
They're
can
bad faith
watch it
arguments,
and
though.
pretend what they're saying is true, and
It's bad
pretend
faith
what they're
argument.
saying exists. Nothing they're talking about. I'm telling you, bro. It's almost like it's basically like think about being conquered and this is the new language, this is the new belief systems. So you can keep talking about whatever you're talking about, and you can keep acting like it's something, and your institutions will back you up. The highest level, Princeton, Harvard, Yale, they'll back you all up. All the so-called experts, it'll all back your reality up. It doesn't exist no more. It's gone. So when people are saying words to me, it's like I don't even know. I really don't even. If I'm just having a civil conversation, I just roll along with it because that's what people think that's real, bro. It's we're somewhere else, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it. I love all of it. You know what I mean? I love it. But does that make sense? What I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but that's
And
not what
so
I was
I
saying,
watch
though.
people
I'm
spend. I mean, retired military people, experts,
yeah.
all these people.
I'm not.
They're espousing great information, right? And when I look at them, at the end of the day, what they saying means it doesn't mean anything. It's
Yeah,
just nonsense.
that's people with their need to be right. I'm not holding on to that. By the way, uh, I'm more of a
You
practical.
said just now that his people.
They live in
You just
delusion.
said don't live in delusion, right?
They do. They
So
do.
who's living in
They just
who's
as
living
delusional
who's
as the
living in the
radical left. They
who's living
just as
now forget all
delusional,
that
bro.
forget all the rack left stuff. I'm just saying you're saying
Well,
that
that's what you're
the
talking
people
about. You brought up the
mm-mm,
Bullworth. What the
mm-mm.
hell is that about?
That was just
I don't ever
that's just
use them as
that's just
no example of
that's
anything.
just that's just an example. It could be
But
a
that's a
hundred different
bad
things. It's the
example
first thing that
because
came to
but
my
I'm
mind.
saying but they will
No,
use the
it's
same
the exact
language. Hold
example.
on.
No,
No.
there's a perfect
No.
example. They're
They will
living
use
in a
the same
fantasy world that don't exist.
they they
But
will
if
use
you
the
watch
same
it,
language I just
they
hold on. They will use the same language I just used, right? But that we're
they
not
say what
talking
you
about the
say.
same thing. Hold on, but we're not talking about the
That's why
same
I
thing.
use them.
But that's why I'm telling you that that
I'm like,
doesn't
what are
work
you
on me
talking
because
about?
I'm not saying what they say. I never believed in, you got to remember, I never was a Bernie bro. I never believed in the so-called progressive. I think progressives are very, very, very problematic.
No, if the progressives get
I'm
in
more
charge, then
willing.
we wouldn't be.
Hold on.
I'll be having a different
I'm
conversation. But
I'm
we talking about this
way more
reality.
willing. I'm way more willing to do the fight with someone that's oppositional but knows how to govern. Way more willing to do that because you can get more shit done.
Yeah, I'm
Practical
not. I
wise.
don't like I said. I don't care about any of that shit. That don't even matter. What I'm
Well,
saying is
that's what
that
I'm talking about.
what I'm saying is that when when a reality changes, it's fascinating because people who don't exist anymore are saying the right words that make sense, but they don't matter anymore. So we're in another reality. They just don't know yet. They're trying to catch up to whatever it is. That's all I'm trying to say. So when people start saying about somebody, people are delusional, I'm like, well, which ones? Because it definitely ain't his people. They're not delusional. They're in reality. So who are you talking about? Yourself?
Shit. I could tell you, I could
So
tell you the
then
main
what?
thing. I could tell you the main thing
So then
these
what are
dudes.
you talking about?
Hold on. I'll tell you the main thing that these dudes are delusional about. You want to know what it
What?
is? Marriage for one. Number one, marriage. Number two, religion. Delusion. Not real, bro. Fantasy land. The plane. Yes. And then to use that as your grift into politics as you move further into a liberal mindset based off the same delusion. Make that make sense. Have you ever heard any of these people, the so-called trad or traditional or extra conservative, try to explain the shenanigans of Trump and his liberal self? Have you heard these people talk about these things? It's delusion. It's just like talking about Biden during the so-called
Let me ask you a question.
and the
Let me ask you a
so-called
question. Are
his
black people inferior to white people?
no,
Right.
no. We are not inferior.
Right.
Do we believe
Were we
do
ever
believe do we
inferior?
believe that we are? I think there's a good amount of segment of us that
No, I'm
do.
saying were we ever inferior?
Never.
Right.
Never.
But there was a group of people who manifested that reality.
There's a lot of things that help that too, though. We just talked about
So
okay, we
so
can't
it
we
helped.
can't we can't talk
So
about that in
physic
a vacuum though, paradox.
so physically and hold up,
COINTELPRO exists though? I'm
physically.
asking, did COINTELPRO exist?
I'm going back 500 years, but I'm just
Well, if you're
saying
going back that far,
physically.
then come on now.
I'm just saying physically and mentally, there was a group of people who said that we are, and I can go all over through the world in all different scenarios. Obviously, this is just a lot closer to home, and that was the reality. And within that reality, they did what they did. Right? We can go through that whole thing. It's no different. So trying to find the so-called actual truth doesn't really mean anything, right? So because if I say the sky is whatever color it is, that's what the color is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, now you get into a philosophical discussion.
No, I'm not.
No, no, no. You are. No,
I'm
no, no,
telling
no,
you
no,
where we
no,
I'm
no, no,
telling you
no.
where we are
No,
now.
no, 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 no. You're
Yeah.
talking about
I don't want to
something.
be look, I don't want
Nah,
to be
man.
here. I don't
No,
want to be
listen,
here.
man.
I'm
Paradox.
just telling you
This
this is
is
what's been happening.
this is the
And it's
matrix.
fascinating.
Hold on. So we're going to talk about the matrix. We give things descriptions and meanings, right? To make an
No, what I'm
objection.
saying is that
Hold on.
I'm not a part of anything. I'm
Pa-
just saying like
Okay, don't
I'm
I hear
watching
you.
something that we're saying now that the sky is now red
We're
and
gonna be
you're
that's what
gonna
I'm
have
saying. We
and guess
being
what?
observed.
If you don't believe it, you're going to prison. I'm talking about real I'm not talking about philosophy, dude. You talking about some other shit. I'm not getting none of
No,
that.
no, 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 no.
I'm just
Hold on.
telling you
Hold
is
on. No, no,
that
no, 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 no.
this place is slowly not saying it can't bounce back, but this place is slowly moving to where there's
I
a reality that exists
right.
and then
It
the
has
other people
shifted.
who have no power, but they're
Right.
pretending to act like they have power, and it's theater, right? And that theater is telling people that oh no, that's the theater, and it's like no, they're in charge. This is the real shit now. So Fox News is real, trad and all the shit you just said, that's real. Everything Trump says is like that's for real, bro. Think about it like I don't know, Kim Jong Un, whatever. Pick somebody. I'll pick a dictator. It doesn't really matter. They're telling you what time it is. This is the time now. Well, no, our scientists say the real time, based off of everything in the world, is this. Kill all of them. Like that's where we are. That's what I'm trying to say. Like to get, if you want me to get right to what I'm talking
I
about, like we're
I
there.
understand.
So when you preface what you just said to me just
I
now about the
understand.
whole, well, his people it is, and like the truth is,
Yeah.
you ain't talking about nothing to me. I don't want. I can have. I can't have.
Yeah.
I don't have those conversations.
Here
That's shit's over. I
here
don't. I'm good with
here
that shit.
here's the reason why
Now,
it
will it
falls
flip
flat.
at some point?
No,
Maybe
no. It
I don't
don't have
even
to
know.
flip.
Honestly, it may not.
These are the same people because everybody is still living in the modern environment that we have right now. Marriage as a
Sure,
whole,
maybe.
no,
I
no.
don't know.
Marriage as a whole, they don't uphold it. So talking about it and living it is two totally different things. It's still a contradiction. That's why I said, have you ever listened to somebody try to explain themselves under that so-called delusion? That's what it is, man. It's not a livable reality. They're not living it. So even though they punish people, which hence the chosen kind of directive on who to punish for these certain things that they do too, right? These people still cheat, they still do these things, they still not
Yeah,
basically upholding their so-called marriages, or they still gay, they still live by the
Right,
LGBTQ
but what's your?
code,
I
like
don't
none of this
understand
stuff.
what.
What
Maybe
I'm
we're talking
trying to
about two
say
different
is,
things, Father. I think we may be
yeah,
talking about two different things. I
yeah,
think.
yeah. No. You're
So catch
talking
me up on what
about
you're talking
you're
about.
talking about what's punishable, and what is basically forced into the reality zone, as far as being something that is real and that's punishable. I agree with that, by the way. I mean,
Yeah.
that happens, man.
I'm just trying.
Physical reality
I'm keeping
always
up.
takes
I'm just
precedent.
trying to keep up with
No,
who's in charge,
I,
and the
I
other
get
shit
it.
that people talking about don't really matter.
I
That's all I'm trying to
Hold
say.
on.
Until it needs to, it
I
doesn't matter right now.
I get it.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that the delusional is not objectionable. You can
Right.
still observe it and see the delusion in it. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
But you're
yeah, of
right.
course. Yeah.
You're right about what is so called real now. Yeah, they can manifest it and make it
It's
real, and say
done. They already done it.
they can make blackness into, like you say,
Of
into,
course.
like you said, into an intellectual sin, and say, yeah, we kill all niggas tomorrow.
Yep. That's right. That's all I'm trying to say. That's where we
And
are.
we can't stop it. No,
So
well, that, I
people are
never
putting
had
a
no
lot.
argument against that.
People are putting a lot. But my point is that people are putting a lot of energy and things. I'm thinking to myself like, I don't know if that. I don't know if that. I don't know no more. I don't know if any of that shit means anything right now.
Well, no, it still means something, because, like I said, it's still
Does it?
you don't understand. You talked about the progressives
Bro,
earlier, right?
the person in the White House has
No, hold on,
a wife
hold on.
that's butt ass naked on the fucking internet,
I
and
That's my point,
and they're
Paradox.
elite, and
Thanks for
all his
making my
wives
point
are
for me.
illegal immigrants and blah blah.
Thanks
Bro,
for
I already
making
come
my
on, bro,
point
I know
for
that
me, though.
already.
But that's what I'm saying.
My point is that he's proving that it doesn't matter. I'm in charge. This is how it's going to be. We're going to live in my world, which is what you're really talking about, which is my whole point, by the way.
That's
That's the
that's what
reality
I'm.
that we live in now. We don't live in this
That's
other thing that you're talking about.
but
That
that's but
whatever that
that's
is
my point
dead.
about that's my point about
That
the
reality
delusion,
died.
because of that, his delusion reveals truth to a degree. Is what I'm saying. That you can't lie about it, because at the other
You
end of it
can't lie
is
about
this
what?
delusional. What I'm saying is that what's objectionable reality, right?
I don't know. I mean, isn't America itself a delusion?
Yes,
Right. So I
that's my
mean,
point.
so
Like I said,
our fundamentals are delusional, right?
if somebody is saying that this
That's the
person
whole
is
point, I
walking,
think. Yeah.
let's do the emperor no clothes analogy, right?
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to tell the emperor they didn't have no clothes. You know why? Because they felt like if they said something, what would happen to them?
Off
Off
with
with
their head.
there you go. You dead on arrival, so you better not say
Right.
shit, right?
Right.
He can walk around with boogers in his nose, all that. If that's what the emperor wants, that's what's going to be our reality. So be it, right?
Yep.
But what's objectionable is objectionable. We can see it, is what I'm saying.
Right. I
That's the
got it.
point. That's what he does. So yeah, if that's the gift that you're talking about, yeah, he's the gift that keeps on giving. If that's what you mean. But I'm saying, but to what expense though, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, I
To
mean,
what
it
extent?
depends. I would say it depends on your positioning. I'm not gonna say too much. It just depends on your positioning. So
Well, yeah, that's
I'm very excited, about the
yeah.
whole thing. But the thing is, it depends on. I always say it depends on what people really want. And people claim they want things to happen a certain way, and they want big events to take place, right? But I just don't know if that's true because this should be much more of an exciting potentially exciting times.
Without Trump, there is a such thing as, maybe you don't get a so-called man, what's how you say his name in New York, the mayor in New York, the extra
Yeah,
progressive
Mandami
guy, Mandami. You don't get him to kind of run off the background of that,
sure
to
don't.
kind of get them to get to something that's a little bit more progressive. And it
Yep.
works for New York. Guess what? It works for New York City. It's too
I
many
want to see
people.
it. I want to see it
So
in Utah.
it has to be more progressive, you know?
I want to see it in Utah.
It won't work in Utah. Utah don't have that kind of environment,
But what
Paradox.
if? But what if it did?
If it did, then it would be different.
It'd be very interesting, wouldn't it?
Very much so, especially with the Mormon backdrop on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be.
That's
It
what I'm
would be
waiting to see, but that
interesting.
ain't happening yet. So we never know. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I mean,
'Cause like you said, we're living in delusion and contradiction. So if you get a progressive to
Now,
become
now,
governor of
what
Utah
what I'm saying is everybody's
or
grown here.
Tennessee,
Everybody's grown
it'll be
here.
fine.
If you had any kind of study social studies that you studied, you see that that is pretty consistent with the history of this country. I don't
Yeah,
understand. Even us celebrating July 4th on the backdrop of Juneteenth is a contradiction, bro. So
yeah.
I look at it like that's something that should be almost like common sense at the sense of just trying to make sense of it all, not
Right.
really going that deep into it.
But I've never been aware of living through a genocide. So I know it happened around me as I've been growing up over my life, but to be able to be a full grown person and to day in and day out watch the extermination of people does something to you. Won't lie, bro.
I
Doesn't matter about the
no
word
argument.
Democrat means nothing,
This
Republican means
no no
nothing,
no no no
Trump,
no no
Biden,
no
none of that shit. That shit don't mean shit
no
to me, bro.
argument.
I
No
don't
more
give a fuck
argument
about none
there.
of that shit. So watch motherfuckers in my name, basically, if you want to take it that far,
Right.
exterminate people. Yeah, yeah. Politics don't really do it for me like it used to. Watching some shit like that happen, bro. To this day, to this moment, still watching Lebanon.
It's a
I'm still watching now. They're starting to exterminate people in
you
Lebanon.
yeah, it's a
So,
practical decision that you have to
so,
make
so my
about
so
those
my point is
resources.
that living more in that world is what I'm talking about, and less in the whatever we call it, whatever you want to frame it as and talk about. When you're watching people be, and and the thing is that there's other nations ready to exterminate other people. Think about that shit, and
Yes.
you're just holding them off. Somebody's holding somebody's off,
Now,
off at any particular moment in time, and I'm like, we're still here, where we're
so
still trying to take. It's just it's
but
that
but but
shit.
but
Who
but
gives
here
a fuck about
but here's the thing though.
left or right
No, but
when
see
we're funding all this shit? It's
that is
crazy.
a that but that's a football of an idea that's used to placate to the ugliness of what this country does on a regular basis as far as policing the whole world, the environment itself.
And I the reason I told
But
you that's
it
the reason
has
why
to be
I
used to
love the
be that way.
moment. I love the moment because it's everything, bro. That's why I was saying why the getting into some of the other shit, like I said, don't really matter. I mean, this is the moment in our lifetime, at least, right? And us being fully aware of everything, just watching the machine and how the machine is working, and watching people take, I would almost argue, bullshit morality positions, honestly, because really, it also shows just the sheer what me and you have talked about before, that most people aren't protected in this world.
That's a fact.
But they got their
Very
chest out.
vulnerable.
Even with the soccer shit, the football, the
Very,
football.
very vulnerable.
It's like, oh, we love our country. I'm like, you don't really have a
Yeah.
country. It's all bullshit.
That's
You don't
crazy.
have shit.
But
You
that's
can
what I'm
be erased.
saying though.
It's
Listen,
fucking unbelievable, bro. It's unbelievable, bro.
but we could take it back to Greece on the reason why sports and all that has always been very important to the masses, man. The bread and circus of it all. You have to be able to diverge, entertain, and nothing does that better than even these cell phones now. Like it puts you in a whole other. We are living a virtual reality to a degree every day, being on these damn cell phones every day, man. Like if you on a train, bro, to see everybody, like it's almost
Plugged in.
freaky. It's freaky, man. Like nobody is even. You're not even. I don't even think people even hear anybody. Pretty much, like they're so zoned into their own phones. People play their phones out loud. Like
But we're probably less
you don't wear
violent because of
headphones
it,
no
though.
more.
By the
Like
way,
we playing our phones out loud. Like I don't
yeah,
not
that's a
on
new
my
thing. That's
phone
a
when
new
I'm on
that's
the
a new thing
train.
too. By the way, that's a
I'll
new
be
thing
just
too.
playing like nope.
It's playing the phone out loud. It's kind of funny.
I mean multiple people. Like it's weird having loud conversations. Bro, but my point is that
But
you're so
but I'm thinking about
focused
things
on
like
that device. Go
Japan.
ahead.
Japan is worried about having to now rearm themselves. Is my whole point. Like, so now they got to go find resources, materials. They got to put people to work. Like just what has to take place to make things happen is just really a lot of it's really beyond. I mean, you need all the systems in place to run, of course, but and you can be organized and pick different sides, but the results are still going to be the same. There's nowhere else to go, I think, at least in this time frame. You know what I mean?
Uh,
Where do you go with it? You know, if you're still exterminating, you're still creating famine, you're still starving out, you're still exploiting. Doesn't matter left or right, right? Think about half the world is trying to become Trump. I never thought that would be a thing. By the way, that really that's one thing that did kind of throw me off. Like, huh?
that's insane.
I said I know people love America. I just didn't think they loved us that much to where you got 20 different countries trying to run a Trump politician. It's like that
Exactly.
is so crazy.
They even call it Trumpism, and even
I
though that,
know.
that's crazy, bro.
And then to watch the Australians get activated, the South Africans the white South Africans get activated, the New Zealanders get activated, Central Europe, Eastern Europe, Western Europe, Southern Europe. Watch them all get activated. Canadians get activated. Then other people who identify with whites down in South America and other places connect and want to be a part of this.
Well,
It's
see,
it's. I'm gonna
I
tell you
have,
something.
I
It's
have, I have
fascinating.
refused. I have refused to use, race as the go-to. I don't want to.
What do you
Don't even
mean?
want to get started in it.
What are you
Don't
talking
even
about?
want to plug it into the conversation because, like I
What are you
said,
talking about?
it's just even talking about race because I think that
Well, North Korea don't give a fuck. So, I mean, he's trying to
no,
copy. He's trying to copy them motherfuckers.
no, he don't.
Don't what?
But the system, no, he don't. But the system is the system. When it operates, it still operates on that same kind of operating line. It's updated, but yeah. Anyway, but I no, I genuinely agree with that sentiment. Um, I just I just think we just run in cycles. Like we was talking about before we got on the program, right? From is a very deep program. From is doing what Lost couldn't do. It couldn't really explain itself in a real proper way. Whether you're talking about God and the devil, the hero's journey, the so-called protagonist, antagonist, all at the same time working their ends to meet in the middle at the end of the day to seek balance. What the Matrix didn't end up doing, but did end up doing at the end. It's the same shit, man. It's the same story. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't
Like,
want. I don't. Well, let me not say what I don't want to happen, but I'm hoping that, like you said about the cycle processes, if it you know, it has to be dealt with at some point. So
right,
you know,
right.
that's why I was saying it makes it exciting. It's exciting times. But the sad part is that people who, quote unquote, look like me aren't happy as they should be. That's all I'm. That's the sad part.
What would you want them to be happy about?
Chaos, chaos, and
That's
stability.
if people, but that's the thing. I think people
But the
can't
sad,
admit
but
that
the sad part is that it's all
but people
bullshit.
can't admit that they want this though.
No, no,
Maybe
no,
this
no.
is what we
I
want.
don't. I don't. I do. Like you said, I do everything best. I mean, we're looking at a very flash of time, right? Very short amount of time. Of course, you need decades to really
Right,
or longer to really grasp all of this shit. But I'm
right,
just gonna say that you can't say certain things online, obviously. But I watch a lot of stuff, right? People are writing a lot of things on Substack. A lot of information out there. A lot of writers. A lot of historians are writing a ton of stuff, posting a lot of videos, a lot of debates, and there's no movement that I wish that did exist. I mean, they probably couldn't be that loud, but it's well, I take that back. It is, but it's not us. By the way, I won't even say who, but there is one that's rolling, but it's just not us specifically because I know we're identified as something, we're classified and identified as something, but I'm not, and we
right.
we sell we sell a story and we truly believe it to death in that story. But you know, when you're critiquing it, right, you get to see the holes, right? And so I could tell that when certain things happen, you can even go back to World War II, right? When certain things happen, you have to ask the question, don't you?
And
So
what
you ever
question?
see,
What
so
question
so
is that?
so you ever seen like I'm gonna try to find an example. You ever seen like you remember Transformers?
Oh
The
man,
the
my
the
favorite.
the the one where the one of the prime, I guess, is he a prime? The old head that was
Yeah,
hooked up in space. He was hooked up to the thing.
he
He
was
was
a
pretty much been
prime.
there
Yeah,
for
a
right. And then
prime to turn
when
on.
they found the whatever the thing was, he instantly woke up. Remember that?
Yeah.
Like he instantly
The
just it was just
yeah.
automatic, right? Boom, 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 right?
Yeah. Got
Yeah,
activated.
just
Yeah.
the activation, right? And so
Yeah.
I was just thinking now I'm thinking about that in kind of reverse, by the way, in kind of in a reverse order, but just that
No, I got you.
there's a moment where something is happening, and instead of it being something like a strength, like I'm waking up to this to go get what I got to get because it's you know we can take over the world or whatever. It's maybe a moment in time where there's weakness that you can take advantage of, right? You can do certain things at a level to where you can push back on something,
Right.
expose something, get it up out of here, you know. And so there's moments in time where there's things that are turning, be it unrest at a domestic level or unrest at an international level. You see the weaknesses, you see the weak points potentially, potentially of course, because you really can't truly see because obviously there's things running deep in the background, of course. But and take it, not necessarily taking advantage of a situation, but like maybe in not enhancing it, right, but adding to it, right, like adding fuel to it, like trying to push it in that direction. And so if somebody, how somebody is saying, well, this thing is ending, this is whatever is happening, right? These things are happening, that you will be motivated to speed that process. So does that make sense without saying too much? But for some odd reason,
Yeah.
it's kind of either the opposite or it's neutral.
I think
And instead of saying,
I
well,
think it's neutral and it goes back and forth. I don't think that's what we're doing at
mm,
all. I don't think you pushing it one way or the other. I just think it goes back. It's like a seesaw. It goes up, it goes down, it goes
right.
up, it
But
goes
if I
down
ask
again.
you a question, do you want Independence Day?
Right.
No, no, not Independence Day. I'm my bad. Terminator.
I got you.
Remember Terminator when she had the dreams and she was having all the
Yeah.
dreams?
A complete reset basically of it
Don't
all.
right. So my point is that from our perspective, the people who do a lot, not us talking per se, but people who do a lot of talking
Yeah.
and different groups of people, a lot of people who do
Right.
a lot of talking, right?
Yeah.
You would, and again, I'm a bit morbid, obviously, but you would think, and I love apocalyptic stuff anyway, and post-apocalyptic stuff. But
I do too.
but wouldn't you think, like, if I said, look, and the reason I'm saying this is, by the way, because I was dealing with someone who is all in, and there's a contradiction there because of some things that they're dealing with, right? And I'm
Right.
like, well, if you saw all of this, then you shouldn't be. So it's too many games and shit. Yeah, because you know what I'm saying, right? When you're in this system,
Yeah, of course.
you always having, Dr.
You're
Umar,
you're compromised. No,
Dr. Umar
no,
talks
you're
crazy, right?
compromised.
But then
Yes.
he gets on United Airlines.
Yes.
So
That's
like
what I'm
you
saying.
can
You're compromised.
expound, but like you
Right.
have to go to the doctor and they're gonna give you this
Right.
nurse and this doctor and you can
Yeah.
yell.
You're not Fidel
You have a racist
Castro.
white person
Yeah,
saying,
you're not
I want a white
Dessalines.
doctor. Sweetheart, there's
Yeah.
no white doctors there,
Yeah.
they're all Indians.
You're
The whole
not
hospital is Indian
Dessalines.
doctors.
You're not
Right.
Castro. And we got
right,
the examples. We
right,
got the
right, right, right,
examples
right, right,
already. We
right.
see it. We know what it is.
Yeah. Not taking a shot
It
at Umar.
at the
I'm just
heart.
saying like
Not
it's
taking a
just that
shot at
people
anybody.
talk.
But no,
My point is, does that
I
make sense?
even beyond the talking, I think they really well no, I can't no, let me not
Right.
say that because
Yeah, I don't
he's
know.
smart.
Right.
He's smart enough to know already.
Right.
He
So
knows.
now don't get it
Yeah,
twisted. I
it's not
know maybe in the
there's
back
no
of people's
fooling that.
minds,
He knows what's up.
maybe deep down, but I don't even believe that. You know why? Because the language don't match. Because if there are moments, even if the moment is short, even if the moment is uh even if you were making an assumption and you're just wrong, but if you see those moments, if you talk, then talk. So think about what happened to the British Empire in
It
after World
collapsed.
War One, right?
Yeah, it fell.
Now, back in that time frame, if you was there doing whatever you was doing, right, and these things are taking place with the systems and what's going on there, and you've
Yeah,
always had an issue because of what they have done, which
yeah.
oddly enough somehow seems to be okay, which is you know
Well,
I'd be
let
watching Pierce Morgan, right? 'Cause he brings a lot of British people, right? I'd
yeah,
be
we
thinking
can
to myself,
extrapolate.
so we just good with this?
Yeah,
We all good. We just cool.
I
Like
mean,
what they did, that just it's just
man, we got a whole nation, we got a whole
what the fuck is
state,
going
man.
on?
Now, literally, like if you want to talk about, I mean,
What we doing right now, bro?
we got Hawaii as an example of what
Boy,
we already seen. So I mean,
Yeah. Oh,
I use that as an example because those people are still living. They're still mad. Their grandparents, they're
I
pissed.
know that.
They hate they hate white
I
people
don't want to say
being
too
there.
much, but yeah, I
But
know
no, I'm saying
exactly.
like they are occupied.
I
I mean,
know
you
to this
know,
day. I
it's
know. I know.
but
Yes,
if you look at Israel as the same thing, it will make sense to people. You have to put it into context to where if you can swallow and say Hawaii, Puerto
but they're
Rico,
not talking. But that's my. But
paradox. This is what I'm
you're where I'm
saying,
at though.
man. This
They're
is
not
pragmatic.
talking that talk when you need to be talking that talk. So then, what does that mean? Is it? That's my whole point. I don't want to say too much, right? But I'm just saying, like, does that make sense? Like,
We
this is it. This is
America has to
take it
live
when you got
in
to take it.
contradiction. No, no, no.
Yeah, I know.
America got to
That's
live
your
in
whole point from the
contradiction.
beginning. Yeah.
Yes,
But that was my whole point. Like
yes.
just the
You have
watching,
to
just the
embrace
study of that. Like,
to be into politics here. You have
hmm,
to embrace pragmatism. You have to because
right.
if you
Nobody
go
to
into
talk to you.
extra hope and extra restriction, it will
Right.
fail
But
because hold on, the Constitution was written to eliminate that. By the way, the founding fathers did a great job of that. I will give them that because they basically said, you know, we have failed. We saw what happened with the French
yep,
Revolution, all the stuff. We
yep,
see it fall.
sure.
It can't work with other domination.
But it's
We have
even,
got to
bruh,
sell a delusion. You
bruh.
got
Let me ask
to.
you something. Let me ask you something. Let me ask you
You
something.
have to.
Watch this. Watch this. Let me
All
tell you how
right.
I know. Let me tell you, I know I live in a different society. So there's two billionaires talking to each other on a live stream, right? You
Yep.
listen,
Yep.
and they said what you just said. You hear me? They said what you just said. Then they went on and said about how we got to make sure people got to get houses. Unemployment numbers. This is right. And so they're. I don't want. I like. To, I'm not gonna say too much. But I'm just saying like they're just talking
they're
that talk,
talking
right?
about management,
Who they
basically.
talk?
Management.
But this is the next question I have for you. Let's see.
Yeah.
But who are y'all talking about? Because think
Oh.
about it like this: we ain't
Uh-huh.
never had, so you ain't talking about us.
Right.
Who y'all talking about? Say it.
Right.
They don't say it. Who y'all talking about? Who's gonna do what? Where? When? When has that been a thing, right? I'm just saying,
Mhm.
like, it's just a weird. Like, I keep hearing this, like, if we don't give them things, if we don't make sure they can get into the thing and set up
Right.
the middle class thing and make this thing do this thing, and
Right.
who the fuck are y'all talking about? Because we're the low IQ, savage, uncontrollable, loud, right? Who y'all talking about? I'm confused. I'm just saying, like, I don't know why we're not allowed to, they're so dangerous. We're not allowed to say it. You know that, right? Isn't that crazy? I'm watching it. We should be able to say
Uh,
things. We
It's
cannot say right now that you people have done this
right.
for through capitalism. Y'all have done this
Right.
globally.
Globally, by the
You're
way. Yeah.
trying to manage this based on what you did to get to where you got to, which had to be global.
Yeah.
And now you left
Which you
these
have
folks
lied about.
somewhere,
Yeah,
right?
which
What you
you
lied
lied
about.
about to
You
maintain.
left
Yeah.
these folks
Yeah.
somewhere. They put
Right.
this lunatic in charge.
Yeah.
They're creating a whole new reality and don't even really give a fuck about what you talk
Don't care.
about getting
Don't
loans
care.
and getting that's over with, bro.
Exactly.
That don't matter. That don't even matter at this point, right? It's something. I don't know what's happening. Like, I don't know what you call it. Like I told you,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I just know that's the reality. I just don't know because apparently those are the folks who are actually in charge. I thought it was a shared thing or they work together. I said something. I don't be knowing sometimes, bro. I'm like, are y'all the ones actually in charge and you let them play? Is that what's happening here? And they get to play and
It,
be weird and do what they do and socialize, whatever you want to claim them they're doing, and they can do their little thing when y'all let them kind of play around a little bit, and then y'all go back to like, nah, we got to get. I don't know. Like I told you, I don't really know,
right.
but something's not right with how they play with each other. If that makes any sense, something's not right with that
Well,
shit. And
do you know the story of the 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 force what the force does in the Star Wars lore, how
mhm,
it governs the universe.
mhm,
So when things become too good per se, or just the saying where when weak man, when things get too good, then weak man develop, right? Then
yeah,
things get bad again, then strong
yep,
man develop.
yep.
To
I know the
That's why
saying.
I say the liberals are basically built. for resistance, if that makes sense, because they're the ones that are going to have to clean up some of the stuff that gets done within the so-called leadership that takes over when they are not in charge. It's neither one good or bad, but the left or the right is just another word that's used for these things that we're looking at that's maintaining a certain kind of balance in human behavior.
Well, the problem I have with it is that this shit don't have anything to do with us or Muslims or Latinos that don't have color in their they have color in their skin, or Africans or Caribbean. I mean, whoever you want to put on the list. Like, it's something else going on, and it's unfortunate that it takes certain things to highlight it. But even when it's highlighted, everybody stays in check. You
Right.
know, you can't, even to this day, you can't hurt Donald Trump's feelings from
No,
from
you
the left.
cannot.
Think about that. Even
And
no
I
no
don't
no
think I
matter
don't
no
think
matter
he's
what
ever
he
I don't
does
even
in
think
this
he ever
place,
said it's my bad. I don't think he's ever said anything to the effect of,
right?
yeah, that was my fault. I made a mistake.
Now,
Or none of that.
now, like I told you,
No accountability, none of that type of shit.
you
None
keep
at
saying
all.
it's a cycle. I don't know what cycle this is. I've never seen this before, and I have not
It's
read
a
about this
it's a
before.
it's a
Where
cycle. It's a
this
cycle that
where
runs
you put a lunatic in charge.
where it pulls, it swings, it pulls. I think that's the way it is. I could be
Bruh,
incorrect, but I think that's the way it is.
I'm watching people who supposedly for 50 and 60 years have a belief, but they're bending a knee and
I
changing who
that's
they are
that
as a
that's
person.
what I'm
And there's
trying to say,
history to that.
Paradox.
Where's that
Paradox.
history at?
We live in a political.
Off of
Do you think we
nothingness,
still live? Do you still think we live in a so? We try. Okay, put it like this.
we as a black person, I don't live in
We
anything.
tried to live in.
I'm
We
just a
tried to
former
live in.
slave.
See,
So I don't all that other shit that's
see.
going on is
So
not my it's beyond my
don't.
thing, bro.
See, so
I'm just observing the
I
people
don't
who
even
run
want to
things.
talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it in that kind of. I told you I'm trying to stay away from it at least for this program. At
I live in
least,
America, so I mean, it is
you
what
know
it
what I
is.
mean.
I
You
know,
know
but
what I mean.
I live in America. So don't put me in shit. I'm watching it. I'm watching all this shit play out.
So I.
If you are not one of them, you are fucking playing yourself. Go
Oh,
find your own country. You're it's not happening, bro. Ain't no pretending. It's you're not getting away from that, bro. This is not your fucking country,
oh, I agree with that part. That's a
and you
fact.
need to go watch the people who country it is and what they're doing to make sure you don't end up in ovens. That's a hard
Right.
stop. Anything else outside that, I can't talk about it. I'm not talking to nobody.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't. If you don't want to
See,
believe it's real, I don't give a flying fuck. Because I'm gonna tell
you
you something.
see, that's
When they was putting their
Germany.
jewelry
That's
into them ovens, guess
but I
what?
was
Why they was getting pushing those ovens? You know they were still saying it ain't. It ain't.
but
We got to be quiet. It ain't gonna
Hitler
happen.
was a
We're gonna
democratic
pretend it ain't
socialist.
happening.
Hold
Shit.
on. You know,
But, I don't.
technically
Again,
I'm saying the words that are used to describe
white
people.
words. I got you.
That's what
Their
that's what I'm
world,
saying.
their world, their systems, their
Forget
shit, their ideas.
forget the words of left or right. When the ideology becomes to where it turns into dogma, where the physical rule, we already talked about it. When you
Bro.
get to the doing part, everything flies
They
out the
will
window.
decide what we're gonna be.
Yeah,
Hard stop.
that
That's all I'm trying to
yeah.
say.
Well,
So
yeah.
me trying to
The
say
winners,
what these things, it
the
doesn't
winners
even matter.
define it at the end of the
They
day.
will. This is right now. It's proven to me. No matter. I mean, the history has already proven itself. But the lie in 65, 66, 67, 70, the lies that spawned, unfortunately, trapped a lot of us. Unfortunately, the movies and the beautiful philosophies and the
Right.
wonderful ideas and the all the kumbaya bullshit. It's sad, bro. It's sad because it rots. It basically just rots the brain, right? It does something programming to the brain. Because in reality, even to this day, and I don't want it to be. Remember something. I don't want it to be. I'm just observing, right? I don't care
Yeah.
either way. I'm just observing, like, oh yeah, they're gonna decide.
Yeah.
Now why? I'm gonna tell you like something very very simple. Something like you said, they're always negotiating. We're not involved.
No.
It's not involved. J6 happens, everybody gets pardoned.
Yep.
Motherfucker rips
That's
up a piece
crazy,
of
by the way.
motherfucker goes
Yeah.
to the reflecting pool and makes it green
Yeah.
by nature, and you can say whatever, and somebody rips up a piece of whatever, and you got the chick Shapiro, what's her name? Piro, the judge that was on Fox 5, who's the AG for DC
Yeah,
now.
I know you're talking about.
John Ben, not her. I won't call her Ben Shapiro. What her name? She's Italian, right? Piro,
Hmm.
whatever it is. But I had to save the video for 10 years into the future. So I could just watch it over and over again. You should get 100 years in prison for messing with the reflecting pool. We've already made arrests. They're gonna get 30 years in prison. If people don't think that we now live, and I'm not saying we do officially, but in some weirdness where like it's always been this,
Yeah,
but like it's coming in a new form in a sense, right?
yeah. I mean, it's
Because
blatant.
because the reflecting pool to me is a black person crossing the street not that long ago and being lynched. So I
Right,
mean, it's
right.
always been, it always is. The appetite's always been here, right?
Underneath,
If
yeah.
if you were a native person, they did what I mean, whatever, right? So we already know it always is. So it's just interesting living it and not having to read about it or you know what I mean? Like you know, you can do the whole, the cop shot the guy by accident. He's black, he's white. You can play with all that shit and all that shit. But when the president of this particular place in this particular time does what he did with the J6 bullshit,
Right.
and you're telling me if you put your hand in the water of the reflecting pool, you're getting 30 years in prison? I mean, come
That's
on,
crazy.
right? I mean, come on. And I mean, they serious too.
Yeah.
You
Oh yeah, they serious.
cannot.
Don't do
I
that.
said I could have
Don't
sworn
do
we
it.
just saw J6, meaning
Don't
that
do it, man.
meaning that if the Democrats would have done J6, it proves that point, right? If you would have touched your finger on the grass of the Capitol, you would
Oh
have got
boy.
30 years under this person, right? If the
Oh
same scenario
you
happened in reverse, right?
man.
You would have got
Can you
life.
imagine?
You would have got the firing squad.
10,000 black men walking on the Capitol, bruh, in this administration? What that would be,
Yeah, black, Muslim, brown, probably even
man.
white Democrats, for all I know. But like they're arresting motherfuckers, bro, for touching the water, bro.
Hmm.
Non-blacks, by the way,
Yeah,
prosecuting them. But like you said, like you said, that'll take care of itself, though, right? like
it will take care of itself.
it
And
looks
like I
good.
said, and like
It
I
looks
said,
good. It
like I
sounds good. But
said, it it
if it's not a
allows
non-white person, they
it
still get out of jail.
allows
They're
it
not going to
allows
jail
for
for
this
long.
country to stay in this duality spin that it's been in. But that's what this country has been. It's been a contradiction since the very beginning. It's pretty much it. It's kept at bay, like you said,
Yeah, but
where the real what the
I'm
real
alive.
but that's what I'm
I'm getting
saying.
to
Hold on
see it
now.
happen.
On the truth
You
part,
know, it's
when it's
amazing.
revealed, it will reveal
It's
itself on what
amazing,
this
bro.
truly is. And that is the gift that he has given. I'll give you that.
Ah, you keep saying it's not beautiful. You act like it's a problem. It's like nigga, this is the greatest
I
time of
said to
history.
what expense, Paradox. That's exactly
I
what I
want
said.
the.
To what expense?
Guess what my answer is? I want the whole
Because
thing.
because
I want the.
well,
No,
well
no. I want the.
then
What you
hold on.
just said. You know what I want?
You
Are you?
want so
You're
we know
white.
better than
You're
what
white.
Dr. Umar
You're
did.
white.
No, of course not.
You're white.
Come on, man. No, of course not, bro. That's
Are
not what
you
I'm
white?
saying. That's not what I'm saying. But I am American.
Are you white?
I'm not, but I am American.
There is no America. Are you white?
Don't do that, bro.
Come
Don't
on, you
do
know there
that,
ain't no America,
man.
bro. You know it's all bullshit. Stop
It
playing.
is bullshit. But that's my point. That's my
So
point
if
about
if
being. So hold
again,
on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
if you're
Paradox.
not
No,
them
no, no,
and
no, no.
they're
Hold
gonna have to
on, hold
defend
on,
it,
no. Hold
what
on,
you're
bro.
saying is that you're gonna
Hold on,
protect
man.
them. So you're a
No,
protector
hold on.
now
No,
of whiteness.
hold on.
I got you. Cool. Cool. Now I
Don't
know
get
what you're
into your
saying.
don't
And
get
that's what
into
I
your
was talking
chaotic
about
mode.
before.
No, see you trying
You
to get
want me to
into
do
a
it? I'm
chaos
trying to stay
mode.
out of it.
No,
I'm
no,
trying
you
not to
try
go there. But
no, but
you slowly
I'm gonna
you
catch you up.
slowly
No,
pushing it, boy. You
no.
pushing the
I want
buttons,
to
boy.
push you there because
God
I want
damn.
you
I'm
to
not trying to
admit.
say too much. I'm trying to get off the phone anyway. I'm not trying to say too
Man.
much.
Let's see. All
So
right.
I think you just it's like it's like, I mean, what are we doing right now?
Yeah, man. Well, I
No,
listen.
no, what I'm saying is this. I know what you're saying. That's my problem now, is that what are we talking about if at the end of the day we gonna be saving?
We agree to it. Yeah, that's my point too.
So what are we really talking about at the end of the day?
Re-
So my point is this. So
revolution is
watch
a
this.
whole. Revolution is a whole. We know what that looks like,
So
bro.
let me
That's
date
all
my
I'm saying.
blonde. Let
All
me date
right.
my blonde women and leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, there
That's
you
what,
go.
that's what I'm talking about, right? You want to
All right.
boil it right, get it right to it, right? Boil it right down.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah,
me,
that's it.
let me, let me, as a black person,
Exactly.
go and exploit that country in Africa and take their resources and put them into bondage. Because I need to get mine over here in America. Let me do that too.
Dude.
Give me the whole thing then. Because we playing these weird, fake morality, just weird shit. It's come on, man. We come on, man. We're exterminating people, bro. Talking about progressives and MAGA.
See,
Talking about we're gonna get everybody fed.
which
We're
is
gonna
to
it's
me,
like, bro,
which is
we
to me is
we
part
gonna
of
we
the
gonna we gonna
same
we gonna we
delusional
gonna
loop.
lower rent. We're
It's
gonna
a
lower rent,
delusional
get
loop.
everybody fed on the progressive side. We exterminating people, bro.
I agree.
We erasing entire civilizations right
But
now. Get out of
the
here. What are we talking
matrix,
about?
was used to do what? To uphold the what? The delusion. That's what it was
Yeah,
used for. That's what it was used for. Paradox.
yeah. I'm just making a point. That's all I'm trying to say
I
is
get
that
it.
you can't.
But this is about management at the end of the day, though,
Well,
bro. This is about
obviously,
management, man.
obviously.
Okay.
No. I know that. I'm everything I'm saying right now is based off what you said about 30 minutes ago. That was my whole point. You started saying words like
But
truth and
I
this and now I'm like,
no no
what we
no no
doing
no no
right
no
now?
no.
What we
I
talking about
said
right
they're
now?
just as
What we doing
delusional.
right
No,
now?
don't try to put no. See you trying. See you always try to be selective with your words. No, man. I told you what I was on, and I've been on that for the
Yeah, but
longest.
you started going down this road of this whole like this reality
No,
that don't really mean anything. I'm
you
like,
see,
what we
but
doing right now?
you're thinking about other people when you make those comments to
I
me
sure
about
am.
this. But see, that's what I'm saying. So don't do that, bruh.
I sure am,
Because
because I'm
I'm not
like,
making those
man,
arguments because
what are
if
you
I
talking
say
about right now?
if I always said this since you know me, bro, since you know me, I've been talking about the so-called money before the so-called progressive stuff like that.
Yeah.
Did not talk about money as being just what just is not real is all made up. All this is just basically placating to the
I'm so
ideal or
sad. I'm
something.
so sad Elon's a tree there because I ain't gonna lie to you. When that shit happened, I was like, damn, DC, he might. Damn, damn. Mother, this motherfucker don't make nothing. How we
Niggas
got a
want to.
trillion
That's what I'm
dollars?
saying. Niggas want to
What are you
sell me on.
selling?
Niggas
You
want to
can't
sell me
sell no
on
$1 trillion
free
for shit,
enterprise.
bro.
That's what I'm saying. Can't sell a Tesla.
Can't sell, no, you can't
Can't
even
tell
sell
you
that
how to
much shit.
sell one.
You can't sell. You
And
can't
you'll
sell
have
that much
somebody
shit.
sit up there and talk about how successful of a business. I mean, anyway, man, I'm not. Let me not even.
Like you said,
That's what I'm
we
saying,
would have
bro.
to frame it in a different language because the people who know.
It's
But like
fine,
you
man.
said, you can't like because the whole thing is that what are you selling? Have you
Right.
sold that much stuff to make? I'm fine with making that number.
Like I
How much did
said,
you sell?
Trump didn't become
God
a great
damn!
businessman until he became the president, bro. Let that sit for a second.
I know
You
that's
know what I'm saying?
crazy,
So I mean, come on now.
crazy.
Let's keep it all the way funky. He wasn't a billionaire until he became president of the United States. You
Now
know.
he's 7 times, 8 times over, and gonna be making
Yeah.
more.
And he's going and legacy is set. Legacy is set. So that's why he wants to build things in his name now. So when he's gone, you're always gonna remember his name. He's been here, you know. They're gonna do that anyway, though. They're gonna build something in the city in his name. Some
Yeah,
bullshit, but
you
they're gonna
said
do it.
the like you said
They will
they
do it.
both groups work together because like you said, one thing they really don't, even though I think MAGA is a third party in a sense, but because it kind of it's not
A
really even a third
successful
party.
one.
It ate
A successful
it
one.
ate a
Yeah,
party basically.
it ate the party. The
Yeah, it ate the
progressives
party.
want to eat
They can't.
the pragmatic side of the Democrats, but you
Right.
can't do that because you can't get shit done that way.
You're
That's the
right.
point.
And like you said, he exists because of the animus and like you said, it's a reason how he's able to manifest.
Right.
On the other side, on the far other side, I don't. America has to be ready, like it was ready for this.
Right.
Starting with
This
the gutting of
time.
the starting with the gutting
Yeah.
of the manufacturing base, leading into the
Yeah.
Tea Party, blah 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 blah. But the far left needs the same. It has to have the same fertile environment. Like I told you before, this could be it. The trigger from the right, what could make that happen, possibly, but it's only a possibility. I don't know
Yeah.
because I feel like I just
There's
don't know.
certain
I just don't
progressives
know.
can only, but that's what I'm saying. That's why all cities are what? All cities are democratic or progressives for the most
Yeah.
part. And that's because of the population. You
Mhm.
have to be able to deal with a multiple population in that way. You cannot run it in a dogmatic kind of way. Really, you have to be able to share the resources to a degree.
Well, I would say that's what I'm saying though. But if it gets to the point where the ultra wealthy is ultra wealthy, I mean, takes it to another level of wealth, then I think it and it's happening now. Possibly, it will force the people who were on the right in those rural areas to
Right.
become progressive. And they won't care about religion. They won't care about girl,
Oh,
boy, girl, blah blah.
you're
They won't
talking
care about
about
it. It's
some of the
going to
things
happen.
that some of the things that they need to get
Yeah.
done. I got you.
It'll
Yeah.
over, like you said, Trump is overriding the logic, right? So now this is the new
Yeah.
logic. Now we're in this is
It's
now the
right.
new world. So up is down, down is up, and that's where we live
Right.
at. And that's the
So
end of my.
that's what I'm
I'm not
saying.
going any
So
further
yeah,
than that.
free.
Right.
As Mandani has said, yeah, all
Right.
buses are free. You don't have to
Right.
pay. You
Right.
ride a train for free.
Right.
That's just how it's
Right.
gonna be. Period.
Right.
So what? You can't kick nobody out their apartment. We're gonna
Right.
subsidize you. There's money for it.
It's
So
the
you
reason
make
why
it
it's the
happen.
reason why some Republicans don't like it, but the reason why the other Republicans subsidize farming is so those areas that are red aren't blue. By the way,
That is correct.
because they would be
That's a
blue.
fact.
Trust me.
That is a fact.
Trust me on that
Especially
shit.
places like Wisconsin and shit like that. That's why Wisconsin would flip
All that
back
shit.
and forth.
All that shit to be blue. All that should be blue.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
we'll
no
be a
doubt
whole
about
different. This place will be a very different. But like you said, and the reason why I'm like I told you before, the party shit is tricky because, like you said, as things are shifting, it may shift to whole new parties possibly as well because shit's different. Things have changed, and they're constantly trying to pull it back. And I think they thought when they put Biden in, that was the pullback, so-called normalcy. Now think about this. That's what I was telling you, by the way.
it.
But they're calling normal. I'm calling chaotic.
When he was in office, you mean?
It could be Biden, Bush, Obama, Clinton, Reagan,
Oh, okay.
Nixon. I don't give a fuck who it is. Like from my racial perspective, I'm like, so what y'all want, what y'all are calling normal. Well, who's calling this normal? So going back to him is normal. Going back to Biden is normal. Well, normal for who? Who are you talking about? To whom is the normality? What are we talking about right now? So, and it's just a funny. It's a funny. That's what I'm trying to tell you. By the way, is that from my space, it's like, so what y'all think is normal? You know, does that make sense? Like, I don't. Yeah, that ain't normal. Just because it makes a certain class of people politically to feel a certain kind of way about things, like they have control.
Right. Right.
But
Right.
that didn't stop homelessness. I mean, I can just list. Come on, man, what are we doing? The issues that we've had since for centuries. So it's always a weird thing from my perspective. Even I have to kind of put it to the side, obviously, right? To kind of have the broader conversation. But I still got to go back to that because that's my actual reality, isn't it?
Well,
And so when
I,
somebody start talking about shit is normal, like normal in what way? And what the fuck are you even talking about? Was it, you know what I mean? Like,
well, you got to give people a baseline too, though. Paradox. Like
no,
sometimes,
if me and you are doing the
yeah,
Democrat Republican thing, then that's fine, right?
yeah.
In that
That's what
space,
I'm
that's
saying.
fine.
That's within the wheelhouse of a
That's just
discussion.
to go back and forth. But
Yeah.
in reality, like where we're actually living, that shit don't even matter.
Well,
That has to it has
reality
to
is a lot of
exist.
things, though. Hold on,
No, I'm
though.
saying politics has to exist. All that has to exist. But from my personal perspective, we're looking at this like, well, how are we defining what? So what's normal is Clinton. That's normal. And then the Bush isn't normal. And then Trump is the extreme, not normal. Who's making that? You know what I'm saying? Who's those people? That's believing that shit. So while we're suffering, you thought Biden was the norm or Bush was the norm and Trump's the anomaly. So what are y'all actually? So normal to what exactly? Because did we have something that I didn't know about? Did we have something or something?
What are we
Reparations or
talking
something?
about
Like what?
again? So I want to make sure that I understand what you're saying before I even
From
comment on
from
that
from
part.
a from my personal perspective as a black person in this country and this
Yeah.
history,
Yeah.
when they're trying to say Trump is not normal and Biden is normal, so by Biden winning, the language was we're back to normal.
No. 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 No.
And then my point is that from
No.
my perspective,
No.
when was what's normal? When was that?
The
Like
country.
exactly
The
when was normal
country.
to who?
The
Who's normal to
country
who?
is a organism that basically governs the planet.
Right.
So that is the basics of our existence at this current moment.
Right.
Okay, that being being what it is, or to the dismay of a lot of people that talk about these different countries and stuff like that rising and falling and all that kind of stuff, because you have to put that in there, because people will hear this and be like, well, you got this coming, you got the dollar falling, and it still hasn't
That
mean
don't
anything. It's
matter.
That's what I'm saying. In the true scheme of things, when you do the power set, you know that's still 315 on that bar. Now,
Right.
nothing is going to make you lift that until you can actually lift it. And that's a show and prove thing. That's how this works. It's a show
Yep.
and prove thing. We can talk about the ifs and the uhs and the buts, but when things change, when there's a shift in who runs this place and who makes the rules, like getting back to the rules, right? Who define things, there's a clear way to make that happen. you know, and
Oh, then
that's
what you're
getting to
talking
the
about,
that's
you
getting to
can't
the
do that day
doing
to day.
part.
You can't do that day to day. By the way,
Well, but
but you're,
that's what I'm saying. So
yeah, you
I
can't do that day
keep
to
it
day.
within
So
the
motherfuckers,
framework.
because you got
I keep
motherfuckers
it within the
exploiting that shit,
framework.
making all
I
kinds of money off of that
That's
shit
what I'm
day to
saying.
day.
I keep it within the framework of where we can understand it and where we can make it digestible.
Yeah,
Because when we used to talk like that, people weren't trying to hear it, because I go to World War II as an example, because that's where it happens.
of
That's
course
the
that was
shift.
the
That's
new shift.
Yeah,
Duh,
that's what I'm saying.
everybody know
So
that though.
you No,
Every
no, everybody
educator,
don't.
philosopher,
Everybody don't
historian, everybody know that.
understand it as such. And then people have different philosophies behind it, because they'll go to when the dollar
Mm,
fell. They'll go to different things. They'll go to different things. But no, technically,
no,
that doesn't really
that's just
mean shit.
you
Yeah,
listening to
that's just
weirdos.
that's just in-house baseball. Even
Yeah,
after
that's just in house
everything
baseball.
else, because at the end of the day, are you being invaded? Can somebody else tell you what to do?
That's the end of the conversation. Yeah, fuck all the other shit is irrelevant. Yeah, like you said, that's
I
inside
mean,
baseball. Now that's fun.
like,
Well, it is fun.
bruh,
It's fun to talk about it. But like you said, you have, in my opinion, you have to have a fundamental position, because I know people who are former, former intelligence agents who will take up who fought in different wars,
right.
uh, who worked, fought in. I want to get the details of, but I'm just saying, just fought in, been in different conflicts,
No, I
been part
understand.
of conflicts, etc. Right, and so because they have a political position, you can't even trust what they say. Think about that shit. Because
Right.
they're taking a political position within the current system, and they're trying to, because of maybe what side they're on, they are espousing and writing books telling you about the end of some shit. It's like, man, get the fuck out of here. So I mean, you can elevate it to many many levels of people making predictions or making points, and somebody will take that and run with it, obviously, right? Because it's coming from someone who either has experience or who may be an expert. But like you said, you have to still look at you have to really step back and understand who you're getting information from. So that, I think that tends to be a harder challenge, because people have very big titles, write lots of books,
Right.
New York Times bestseller, or respected in different high level schools, etc. Right, and you get kind of caught up in
Right.
that shit, and you're like, no, he works for whoever, he's getting paid by whoever, he is in him themselves. They spin things. They have a hard political position, and so they're going to frame things a certain way, because this is how they are. And at the end of the day, I think like me and you always say, is that you can look at things like, I mean, Trump's really, it's just, he's such a magnificent example. I don't want to keep having to go to him, right?
Oh boy.
But he's such a good example of, it doesn't matter, does it? How much he worth now? It's like I'm saying, it doesn't
No,
matter,
it
right?
don't matter, bro.
My point is, it doesn't matter, right? Because not
Yeah.
because of him, because of what? Because of the system.
It's because of
So
the system.
no matter if you get punched, you get beat, you get hit, you get knocked
Absolutely.
down, this happened, that happened, this ends, all
We
that shit is fine.
we
At the
literally
end,
man we literally
right,
manifest destiny. We
right.
manifest it
So
into
the thing
reality.
is that if you listen to anybody talking, it's like, well, now, like I told you, now if you for what we're talking, it not for me and you. If you're with what I'm talking about and you talking that talk, that's one thing. Because I'm like, yeah, cool, good. You should be, if you really about that, then you should be saying that, right?
Right.
But outside of those people, everybody else, I'm like, you just making money. You just getting followers, but like you don't want any of those things to happen. Number one, and number two, because of how this place is structured and how it's integrated, like you said, globally, the so-called rise, like you said, it probably will be more maybe unknown at some point in the future, or the fall is unpredictable. So it doesn't really, like you said, it's just it's entertainment at the end of the day. It reminds me of a guy that I follow. He's very bearish on certain markets, right? And so he's negative towards that market for decades. Then what do you think is going to happen over decades to a market? It's going to fall, right?
Yeah, it
At
rolls.
some point.
It
So you're
erodes.
going to be
Yeah,
you're going to be right once over 50 years
you will
because
be.
because it's just going to happen, right? So, but they're so dogmatic about it. They're so locked in. The bets
They're
are in.
locked
They're
in.
so in. And I mean, when I mean believe, I mean believe.
Yeah.
But
Not
50 years have went by, and it's
shoot.
like,
Hold on.
okay,
Beyond
well,
belief.
shit.
You know what's beyond belief? Faith. Faith
Right,
that is going to
right,
work.
right.
Faith, bruh.
Right. So yeah, sure. If I keep
Yeah.
saying it for 2,000 years, then yeah, sure. The
Right.
Western, you got to think about the Western. When you talk about all the time, the Western world's been around like 3,000 years. It ain't like it's 5 minutes ago, bro. Like what we
Nah.
talking about? It's just
When you look at the and the thing is that it wasn't just all overnight either. It wasn't like a certain thing, but the impetus of when it became manifest into a reality, into like, okay, these
right.
people are in charge now, like that
It's
kind of
just what it
thing,
is. I mean, it's just
right?
what it is.
And
And
there are clear things that was demonstrated to show everybody, like, ooh, yeah, hold on now, like we talk shit, but hey, you know. And
but
even
it's
if it's
been
like
centuries.
and the thing is that they would even allow something their country would give up lives to allow you to spar with them just for the sake of you saying that you
Well,
won.
you also, like you
You
said, and
understand? You understand
you're
what I'm saying with that
developing, you're
paradox?
learning. Of course,
Vietnam is like that, and that there's lessons in
all of
that.
it. You're
North
learning.
Korea, same thing. These are
Yeah,
sparring
yeah,
things
yeah. Iraq,
because you could obliterate these people,
Afghanistan.
dude, off
No,
the map.
we're talking about forget all
I,
the obliteration stuff. We're talking about germ warfare, biological. It's other things that can be done to do things. I mean, it's all type of shit, bro.
that's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, it's all type of shit. So that's what I'm saying.
But
But
to
again,
keep your benevolence, you kept the headgear on while they could just do whatever. And
yeah.
that is what I'm trying to say.
But you can
That
make
is not
money off of it. You can drive narratives off of it. You can. It actually even makes you in everyday people's eyes. It makes you more valid, right?
and not only
It
that,
says, "Oh, I told you we are gonna
on
lose this. We're
it
gonna
holds
lose
on
that."
to
Like,
that it holds on
yeah,
to the beacon too of the
yeah,
delusion of what this country is, like the freedom and all that, and you come here.
yeah,
And part of that is part of that benevolence that they show. Okay, look,
yep,
technically, that could have happened because like I said, that's where the lesser of two evils happen. But lesser of two evils is not always a bad thing. You don't have to look at it as lesser of two evils. You can look at it as glass half full or moving
yep,
towards a certain goal. like
yep.
like you see the glass, do you see it as half empty or do you see it as half full?
Hmm.
See, it's just your mindset. And with some people, that's what they see this country as, is half full, and other people they see it as half empty. Now,
Hmm.
then you get some people to say, well, they just want to destroy the cup. Well, good luck with that. Because, like I
Yeah,
said,
good
what
luck.
does that look like? Because guess what? The people that like it half empty and the people that like it half full ain't gonna let you do that shit. Now you
No,
got both of them on your ass. Now you got a
for
problem.
sure. Of
You
course.
see what I'm saying? That's the dichotomy of that. That's why this country is so complex in the sense where you can have so many people that hate and love this country at the same time, man.
Hmm.
That's where black people are. That's why I say I am an American. I cannot deny that, bro.
Oh,
So that's what I mean by that.
I
But
still don't know what it
at the
means.
basis of my reality, is it expressed as such in a sense of being able to fully realize myself as so-called free person in this body that I inhabited, or that the classification that I fall under? Maybe not so much, and it depends on what your point of view is in that type of aspect. You see, so there's a lot of
Yeah,
nuance when it comes down to that too.
yeah. And like I said, we don't have to talk about race or anything anyway, obviously, or
Yeah,
gender. But I mean, certain things in today's time frame. I mean, they're actually saying it out loud, so it's hard for me to, you know what I
well,
mean? Like in
yeah,
the
I
his,
mean,
in the last 10 years, we had to fight. So it's like let's not even bring that shit up. But
right.
hell, I can just play you a bunch of mainstream videos right now where it's
I
butt
I
naked, right? It's
I
butt naked right now. Like, yeah, we this and
I'm
we that,
going
and
to
protect us, and we're being mistreated. I mean, they out here, they
we
loosey goosey, baby. I love it.
we have to go into baseball, but I think that
They got what they
it would
want.
work out
The
if
1950s, right?
we could do some code breaking on some of these programs, man. Do some breakdowns of some of the stuff, because I think there's a lot of political discourse, right? And that maybe we can talk through it. I think that can give us an example of what we're talking about to kind of cut through the fact to see it happen in real time, because a lot of stuff that happens in real time doesn't get seen that way. It gets kind of
True.
filtered into a
Gets
programming
filtered.
aspect,
It gets
right?
filtered. It
Yeah,
gets
it gets
filtered because
filtered.
because most people in this country, or maybe in the whole world, it has to be explained to you. It's the system how it works.
Yeah, and not only that, most of
I
us
have
like
to
to be
tell
told
you.
what
I
to
have to
do.
tell you
A
what
lot of
you're
us like to be
seeing.
told what to do. There you go.
Well,
A
you've
lot
been
of us like
trained
to be
that. You've
told
been.
what to do.
I wouldn't say
Exactly.
like it. I would say we're trained that way.
As, exactly. But I'm saying you comfortable with it at this point. That's what I'm saying. You know.
Yeah, like I told you, if you don't educate your society, right, and 85% or 90% of this country isn't educated, yeah, you're gonna have to explain shit because people don't have the comprehension or the capacity to deal with that level of information.
Right.
It ain't really that much information. I mean, but
And
they have to be able, like you said, you got to explain it away.
right.
Unfortunately, it is unfortunate, but I'm gonna say 80%, maybe higher, of the society just not right. They're not gonna think about it. They don't have time to think about it. You're busy living your life, as they say, and until it confronts you, you don't give a shit. You know that, right? Like I've been very surprised lately, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. Like some of the things that is kind of black and white, and to see that people have to come out to explain it. They man,
Man. What what made
the
what made
like
what
I
made us
thought shit was
frustrated?
I
What
thought
made
shit
us
was crazy
frustrated about going to the Dr. Wilson thing was the repetitiveness of it all, right? Like, didn't we just but
yeah,
every time
because it
by the
don't,
end of
why? Because it don't stick. It's like church, it don't stick because the
it don't
system is
stick,
on
bro. There
the
you go.
system is on that, they on that ass. Mr. Smith is on that
It's
ass.
it's I mean,
On
dude,
that ass
you see that
every day.
you see that fine dress, that BBL, that booty shaking them on them
Mhm.
cheeks,
In that
spin
red
that
dress.
spin that thing, spin that. I mean,
Mhm.
it's just it keeps going. It
Yeah, it
keeps
keeps going
going. It's
because you can't.
relentless, bro. It's
Yeah, it's
relent.
relentless, and it
It's
has to be to
relentless,
survive. I understand. It has to be.
it's an organism. It's
But
literally an
you
organism.
think about a virus trying to figure out, do I exterminate all the people or do I
There
figure
you
out a
go.
way
See,
to live within the people and
now we on
maintain them but not kill
now
them,
you
right?
speaking my language,
Okay.
because think about it. We could just eliminate these motherfuckers and that be it. But no, technically, we sort of like playing with our food. We like having you here. Battery, it works is way more efficient, and then we learn on how to be our better selves.
Yeah.
So we
Weird.
learn from our own creators. Think about it.
I don't know. It's weird.
So
It's weird.
blackness, in a sense, is that's what it does for America, in a sense. So
Well, I know you don't want to do
you know,
race, which is cool. I like that. We don't need to do race, but I will say that it's very few of us, and it's a whole lot of others these days. And I will tell you, I'm surprised. I'm dead ass. Like I really thought the pro black conscious Pan African black folks for
was a real
30
thing.
years was fucking crazy. And I'm like, y'all are right. They are fucking obsessed.
Yeah.
And it makes no fucking sense when there's 100 million
Especially,
non-black people in this country.
especially when you're in a
This
space, right?
shit is weird.
How often they talk about us when we're not around? Like it's like that.
No. No.
That
Listen to
surprises
me.
me.
There is 60 to 80 million Latinos of all shades from a continent, part of this continent and another continent, right? And a third and a second and another continent, right? So you have Central and South, and then
Oh,
Mexico,
man.
right? And then on this land, mixed with native people at that, right? And technically, Florida, Texas, California, Mexico, and Nevada is theirs, but that's another conversation.
Yeah.
They lost the war. It is what it is. But my
There
point
you
is
go.
that just just messing around. I'm just saying, like, you have them, don't want them. 60 to 80 million on this land right now. You could be fucking with and doing, and they're always doing some immigration shit, but you know what I'm saying? Like, really,
Not
culturally.
obsessed. Not obsessed though. Yeah, not the
No, they just
obsession.
close the border, use them for labor, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. Put them in cages, whatever,
Yeah.
send them back
Yeah.
home. But they're
Yeah.
not obsessed.
Obsessed, bro.
And then you have,
Obsessed with
you have
kinship.
3 or 4 million
Obsessed with
Jews. You
Tyrone.
got
That's just
10
with
million. You got 10 million Asians, 4 or 5 million Jews, 14 million, 15 million Asians. You have
it.
a million, 2 million Muslim slash Arab, blah blah blah.
Well,
Some African folk, some other folk. I mean, you got a lot to work with.
yeah.
Middle Eastern folk of all types, and you got a lot in America. That's just in these borders, right? And for some odd reason, we're teeny tiny, bro. 13%, 12% supposedly.
Yeah. The group that we
Male,
talking
female is
about.
7 and 6 or whatever. I mean, you're talking about a very insignificant number of people
Yeah.
relative to the 400 million that live in the country, just in 50 states. And the obsession,
Yeah.
I want, and I know I'm on social media, so it's skewed a bit. It's a bit skewed, but I also see it on mainstream television
Nah, it's
and
not that
and in
serious.
movies. Right? I know it's really not. I'm just trying to be
Yeah.
funny, but my point is that I just didn't want. I still don't want to believe it. By the way, I still don't want to believe it, but it's overwhelming. It's like just constant. And I
Yeah.
understood it maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago. With social media, you have access to every. You
Yeah.
know who live in the country. We all are on the same thing. We're all here, and I'm
Yeah.
like, we just getting the smoke, and not just from them.
No.
And I'm just like, what the fuck did we do? I be in people's things, right? What do we do? I don't know. What am I doing? I don't. Why are
It
you worried
just
about
makes
my IQ
Dr.
level? Why y'all
Wells
worried
and
about why y'all worried about my
yeah.
IQ level? Why are you
It
worried
just
about me being here? Why are you worried about me being
it
here?
just
Why
make
are
it
you
just
obsessed
makes
with
Dr.
Chicago? You don't
Wells
even you
and
don't even live in fucking
right.
Chicago.
It makes Dr. Wellson's words just ring so true, just how calmly she talked about the psychological part, the obsession of it
I know
all.
it's power. I also
The
get
way
it.
it draws
I know
on
that we
to
have a symbiotic thing with them, but I also get the power because my thing is that when I'm hearing some random redneck spend a whole program talking about Chicago
I know that
and
shit
live a
crazy.
thousand miles away from this place,
Never
why
been
the fuck
there.
you keep talking about that place for?
Never been there.
You're not even ever gonna go there. Why do you give a shit? You own this shit. You're not gonna go there. You don't have no money to go
Man,
there. You're
that's
never going
crazy.
there.
Never.
And then on top of that, you
Obsessed.
have you have states like the same with universities, right? You have states that are like 99% white. Number then you have states that are 99% white that's mostly free of like has open land. There's nobody in the land. You can build whole new cities, right?
Hmm.
In places out west and other stuff, right? In the
Self
Midwest.
governed.
You can do whole
Yeah.
new. You can literally build whole. I mean,
Even
the whole state's
even the
white.
white people mad
The whole
about
state's
white,
are
even
white.
about even the so-called white people that are mad about all the so-called minorities
It's
moving
just
next to them can
weird.
go there. They can literally
But
go
they
there if
talk
they
about the
want
little
to.
white town, the white only town. I'm like, I don't understand. It's like, oh, I do because I speak white, so I do understand. You
Mhm.
motherfuckers want oppression. Just
Yeah.
say it. You just want oppression. It ain't
Yeah.
about none of that. You want it to live by
And
you. It just needs to
and
be
that
in an oppressive manner.
and that the overall thing
It's
that is what
fucking crazy.
drives that would drive that's part of management too, by
Yeah.
the way. That's
Well,
part
it,
of the
well, the
system
thing
too.
is this: it
That
makes
is
perfect sense because
that
guess
is
what?
basis.
If I had you in slavery for 250 years, 300 years, and in
Yeah.
Jim Crow, and people are still alive. We know what it was like to me as a nobody white person. I'm a nobody, trailer park nobody. I don't have nothing. I can
Right.
just walk up to you and just shoot you in the head or
In the
fuck your
street.
wife,
Who are you
and
gonna mistreat?
that's what you want. So I get that. That's enticing though, right? To have that,
It's
you ain't
enticing.
think about how depressed and ain't shit you are, and you
Yeah.
telling me I can just go right around the corner. I don't got to go fight in some other country and bomb Japan. I can go
Yeah.
right around the corner and just beat the fuck out of this nigger
Yeah.
and just whoop it, beat it, talk shit. I can just do whatever I want to do whenever I want to. Dude, how
Wow.
can you not want that?
Fantastic.
How can you
For
not want
real.
that from their perspective, right? Like, how can you not? It just ended like 5 minutes ago, bro. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like it was 1,000 years ago. It was literally. I mean, the fucking parents are still alive, right? A lot of these people are still alive. So to have that ability to that has to be enticing if you start to propagandize to younger people. Because like I said,
Mhm.
when I was younger, I was told what the old folks that are white are going to die off. We're going to move forward. How is that working out?
Tuh.
How is that working out, bro?
It's the next best thing to a monarchy that was built outside of the so-called
I,
monarchy
I'm
system.
watching them re-implement it. And man, you talked about this about 10 years ago. I
Yeah.
just didn't know like how it was gonna like manifest, and as the years go by, I'm like, holy shit!
Because if you look
y'all,
at race
I was
outside
like,
of
this
its
really works.
yeah, if you look at race outside of its physical aspects and look at it as a treatment system, it starts to kind of break down until you
Oh, it's a
see how
masterpiece.
yeah, you have to
It's a
put it into
masterpiece.
the treatment phase. This is a
Because
treatment
if we
phase.
was in China or Japan, where it's pretty much homogenized, you don't got to do a lot of
Yeah,
this shit.
yeah.
So to be
There are
able
other
to
things.
have
There
to
are other
say,
things that are
well,
used for
we're
discrimination.
liberal, we're progressive, we're doing all these
Right.
things, blah blah blah, Bernie Sanders, yada yada, all this bullshit talk.
That's just
And it's
crazy.
like, so while y'all are saying that, and like I keep telling you, we're going back to being
Yeah.
Democrats, we're going back to Joe
But,
Biden. While
but,
all of
but
y'all
no,
saying
but
all this
they're still
bullshit,
white people. No, but they're
these
still white people
motherfuckers
though.
are
Yeah, they're still
implementing.
white.
No, what I'm saying is this, including you, all you
Okay.
motherfuckers talking about Democrats and Joe Biden or whoever the fuck you talking, whoever you talking about, doesn't really matter.
Hmm.
I'm watching these motherfuckers implement whiteness. Why those same Democrats and those same progressives and the people on the right talking about ain't no such thing as color, all that shit is happening, and I'm watching them implement whiteness, which is why I was saying I don't want to talk about the shit that shit don't even mean anything.
Hmm.
I'm watching them do things, commit genocide, take land, topple governments, and I'm watching them implement whiteness. Why the motherfuckers on the right is telling me race don't exist, we're all the same, and God, blah blah blah. And on
Hmm.
the left, they're telling me it's all good, baby. We're progressed. We got a black president.
Hmm.
This shit is nasty work.
It is
It's
nasty.
nasty.
I
So
agree.
anytime someone starts talking about Democrats and Joe Biden or whoever the fuck, what the fuck are you even talking about? What are you even talking about right now? You're telling me you talking about fucking Joe Biden? Why you have a new crop of children who really don't know the racial shit? A new crop of children right now who is being trained in the ways of whiteness, and you got niggas telling me about fucking Joe Biden and Democrats. That shit is fucking retarded. It's fucking retarded, bro. I'm watching. Do you follow Young American? The Young American? Do you follow them motherfuckers?
I do know who
Go
that
follow
is.
that.
Yeah.
Go follow that shit.
I
When
know
you're
who
seeing
it is.
fucking 12-year-olds, when you're seeing 12-year-olds going to these fucking rallies and these events they run around the country doing right now with all the high schoolers and shit, go watch that shit
That's
while you telling
crazy.
me about fucking Joe Biden and
It's
Democrats
crazy.
and who we need to be. What the fuck are we talking about right now as black people? We lost our fucking minds, bro. That's fucking nuts. It's nuts.
The thing
They're
is,
implementing whiteness while they're telling me that
you're talking
racism is
about two
ended. We
separate
got
things.
Obama. We got democracy. We got
Yeah,
this.
that's
We got
crazy.
liberal.
That's
While
that's
I'm
that's a
being
false
told
claim.
that I'm
Yeah,
watching them
that's false.
implement race. I'm watching them do it to their
Yeah,
children.
that's what I mean. Yeah, yeah, but
While people are telling me
that is a
vote for
false narrative.
Democrats,
As
be a Democrat, vote for
nah,
Republicans, be a Republican, do this, cut your
yeah.
taxes, or go over here, be
All
progressive
that is
and live your
false.
life.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So to get to the real, you
But
have
they're
to cut through that.
implementing whiteness right in my fucking
Yeah,
face while people are
that
telling
is
me to
what
go
matters
vote for
at the
Joe
end of the
Biden.
day. Yeah, that's what matters
What
at
the
the end of
fuck
the
is
day.
happening right now? What is
So that's
happening
the way I
right now,
look at
bro?
that.
How
Yeah,
about we figure out a way to stop that shit from happening instead of doing this other irrelevant shit? Because or stop complaining about it. Two got to stop.
pragmatically, I think the reason why people
I'm
don't,
watching these,
I
bro. Did
think the
you
reason
know
why
if
people
I?
do
Oh my
not
god, bro,
try
you
to
wouldn't even believe
implement
this
that,
shit,
the reason why people try not to implement that, to be honest with you, is that they
dude.
don't know
Why
how
these
to,
motherfuckers are
know how to deal
implementing
with the
racism? We're
nuance.
being told by Democrats and black people on the left, it's all good.
Who's saying? Hold on. Who's saying it's all good now? Now they're saying it's all good. Or are you talking about before this whole administration got in office?
It's never stopped. It's
No,
never stopped.
the
The
delusion is on. But
the
you said the delusion is on both sides, right?
the,
So you saying that the
the
right said racism
implementation.
don't exist. The
First
left
of
is
all, I
saying
don't
that
give a. First of all,
racism
let's
does
start. Let's start here.
exist.
I don't give a fuck about the parties. So I'm not trying to
I
target nobody. We're not doing none of that. I'm done with Democrats.
I
Don't
know,
care
but
about Republicans. Don't give a
I'm
shit.
saying that
What I'm trying to tell you. What I'm trying to tell you.
that's
What
why
I'm
I
trying to tell
brought
you is
up
this.
both sides though.
I'm
I
only.
brought
I
up
don't
both
care about
sides
both
for
sides.
that
I don't care about
reason.
that shit. Don't care about
Okay.
both sides. I don't care. Don't care. Don't care. I'm just saying this. The people who are trying to tell me to keep voting, to keep being this, to be a part of these things, we're not. The problem isn't that. The problem
Oh
is
no.
I'm watching white people implement racism to their younger kids again. So yeah, you can be trans, you can be gay, you can be this, you can be that, you can be a trad wife, you can go have a bunch of. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm like, oh shit, they're still implementing that shit to maintain and oppress non-whites in these systems. It'd be different if we was all kind of together here and like, okay, yeah, we're gonna stop doing these. Yo, that shit just spawned itself. I'm
Hmm.
like, holy shit. The left can't stop it. They have no control. Whatever that shit is, it's beyond the politics shit. So it doesn't fucking matter. It's just that the people who are doing a lot of the talking is capturing our attention is where it becomes problematic.
Right.
Because the focus should be on why are white people still implementing racism?
That should be the
So
focus.
while you're talking about Joe Biden with me and making an argument about this bull, what are we talking about right now? Why are we
That
talking about
should
that
be the
shit?
focus.
Why the fuck are we talking about that
Agree with
shit?
that.
That's all I'm trying to say. We talking about that shit?
That
Roland
should be the
Martin,
focus.
Joy Reid, pick whoever the fuck. What are we talking? All you scholars, all you leftists, because that's all. 95% of blacks are already over this. So I mean, it's just going. You're gonna talk about the left. It doesn't really fucking matter. It's
Hmm.
just that all that shit is going on, and We're triggering white people. They're using this shit to make their whiteness shit,
Hmm.
and the whites on the left is helping the whites on the right do it, while blacks are sitting around talking about voting for Joe Biden and shit. Like, the shit ain't making no fucking sense to me, bro. That's all. That's what I've been trying to say. But people are
I
talking about
got
left
you.
and right, right and left, all this shit. Like, fuck all that shit. Like, I said, bro, if you watch that Young America shit, bro, that shit is
Yeah,
it's
that's crazy.
9-year-olds, 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds. They're giving
Yeah.
speeches and shit.
People
I'm
think
like,
people
hold
think people
up,
think people
whoa,
think it's gonna
whoa.
die off with this next generation. Now, like, nah, that's
No,
not
no,
what's
no. What I'm
happening.
saying is that I'm watching the whites on the left cooperate with the whites on the right. But you got
I know.
black people
I
talking
know that.
about Joe Biden and other things and what we should be doing. I'm like, huh? Like, we don't even need to be worrying about voting. What the fuck is this shit that's happening right now?
Yeah.
Because if we can get this shit dealt with, the voting thing is just, we're a society, right? We just want to,
It'll
it's
take
all
care of
good.
itself.
We want to help. We want to help different things out, and we have different opinions. Like, what it should be, Democrat, Republican, or multiple parties, is to try to make the society better. So we can put that to the side because we know what the issues are. We know what the problem is, right? So but we're not focusing on it. We keep thinking that we can run it through politics. So
Right.
then it makes me put a question mark on people who are talking about Joe Biden, Roland Martin. Like, question. I'm starting to. But what is happening right now? Because why are these kids talking about this shit? And why isn't that being the focus? You see what I'm saying? Like, the people who are implementing this shit got me. Like, they're worrying about trans. Think about how much time they spend on trans kids.
Oh
Why are y'all
man,
talking about trans people?
that's
You're
crazy.
implementing racism right into your children. Why are we talking about trans? Like, what's fucking happening right now? That haven't blown your mind?
No, it
That
has
the new
been
crop of
blown my mind all
children,
the time.
the new crop of
Yes, man.
children are learning to be racist. You do know that, right?
Effectively racist too. No, I do know that. Yeah,
But
absolutely.
we're talking about what again?
The
Because
distractions.
something's not
Yeah,
making
the
sense here.
distractions. That's what we talk about. Well, we discussed that already.
I have
Hey
never
man,
discussed it online until just now, but I
what
got
what
you.
what I'm saying now, not
Because
not not
I ain't
not
never seen.
not with
I haven't been old enough to watch the process really to go
not
through. Like, holy shit.
not in that kind of context, but I'm saying like me and you have talked about that plenty of
Yeah,
times.
yeah, we've talked about it because it was happening 10, 15 years ago. But like, as you get older and you're watching another crop come in,
Oh no,
simultaneously
as
you're
aggressive as
being
this is,
told this. You're being told how
no,
progressive things are, and like you said, Bernie Sanders and
nah,
AOC, and where the
nah,
world is changing. And we got this, and we got
nah,
Mandami in charge, and so I'm hearing all. We got who's our governor? Whatever his name. We got this governor John, and the Republicans want to put the Bible back in church and put the Bible back in elementary school, and you got to read Bible verses. Like, okay, cool, cool, cool. That's just what
yeah.
I'm saying. Like, that's all right. That's all good. That's the left. That's the right. Right. You got the Christian. You got the cool. Why is racism still being implemented though? How does so we just gonna let that not be? We gonna just let that roll? I don't give a fuck if whatever the Constitution says. I don't give a fuck if they're putting Bible verses back in who so fucking what. And I don't care if my Dami is giving free bus. Why is racism still being implemented? What we not gonna do nothing. We just
And,
gonna let that. That's
and
just
not
gonna
not
roll.
not only that,
We just letting that roll though.
why
What
is
the
it
fuck
so
is going on?
why is it so effective? Is the next question. Why is it so effective right
But
now?
like you said, they're using white poverty. It's the same playbook. They're
Yeah.
literally using white poverty. But my point is that we have very smart people. Why is anyone targeting the concepts that are happening, bruh? It's like you have blacks on the left don't they know that that's just going to bleed to the left? That more and more left whites agree with the whites on the right as far as the white part of it, right? They're
Yeah.
both agreeing with that shit. I'm watching it happen, bro. I'm
Real
telling
time.
you.
Oh
I'm
no, I
watching
agree.
people who are very extreme on the
I
left,
agree.
and I won't say the names, and very extreme on the right. They're hanging out together. So
Yeah.
I'm like, well,
Well,
okay.
Bill Maher is the one that kind of created that marriage. So yeah, that's a fact, bro.
Well, he's been blatant about it. He's been
Yeah.
blatant.
He
He's been
just
blatant.
saying the quiet part out loud.
Yeah, he's been blatant about it for shit.
But we've been seeing him for who he is before he even
Oh
came out.
yeah, yeah,
Way
for sure.
Racial Maddow, what's the other one that's with the brilliant the idiot thing with Charlemagne the God, him and his people. It's the
Yeah,
same
Schultz
shit.
and all them, bro.
Before they
It's
even, jumped ship, we saw that. So that's what I mean by that, by the way.
no, but my thing is that for us not to, my point is that you know how you keep saying we're going in cycles. So to watch us do it again, though, for me is just like I can't even. It's
Yeah.
just it's over. Like to see the cycle again. Like hold up, we can see this, we can see it because with social media and internet, you can see a lot of things very fast. So to
Yeah.
see all the things that are happening, and we're still, like you said, we're still preoccupied with they shot they shot what's his face. We got to go deal with that. They shot it. We got to deal with
Mhm.
that. They got then we got to go deal with this. And then they were trying to run candidates at the same time.
Yep.
We got so I do get it all and how it all works. It's just that we still should have people
Yep.
around that can also deal with that shit
How,
because
how, how do you
you
think
get
how do you think so let me ask you this because we will both say that probably uh, Dr. Carr, right, is probably one of the most educated
mhm
black intellectual thinkers of this
mhm
generation, right? Clearly,
yeah
books written, understanding black thought and cultural, globally, both here and domestic, right? So,
yeah
I mean, globally and domestic.
yeah
If you see him actually have to kind of come down and dumb it down because he doesn't believe in the system. You know that,
nope
right?
sure
He
don't
hates this shit.
sure
He
does
hates it.
sure does
That's why he can't stand it. But once
sure
he
does
once he looks at it from a pragmatic kind of conversation, that's where he comes to realization of, well, I have to meet the people where they're at.
right
And if I'm going to be effective, as far as I can be effective, it's better for me to be here in this kind of context, even though I don't believe in it. So I can throw in these little things in here and there on what I truly believe. But I will have the conversation for the sake of the conversation, even though
I would say
I don't
this
believe in it in
this
its
is but
totality.
this is
That's
the
how I
sad
look at it.
this is the sad part. We're gonna be exterminated. That's the sad part.
You know,
That's the sad part, by the way.
yeah,
We're gonna be exterminated.
that's what I
And
was saying. That
since we don't think that way, it's gonna be very sad for our future people because
yeah,
whenever this does whatever it does, whenever it needs to do it, and I know who's running this shit and how they all work at all levels, all the way down to the trailer park,
yeah,
we are in danger, and I don't even know how to even make it make sense. I know that we're in danger though. I know this place is not safe and it's
no,
never
it's
been
not.
safe. And it's sad that you got people
It's
talking
not
about
safe
I
at
built
all,
this.
bro.
You got motherfuckers talking about I built this place and they owe me. I'm like, bruh, let
That's
that. We
that's
need to get on
that's
with that
that
shit.
that's
And
that Tariq Nasheed stuff. That's what I was talking
Tariq
about, bro,
Nasheed
earlier.
talking about reparations goes back 150. What are you talking about? That's
No, I'm talking
we've
about
been
we
asking for
built this
shit from these
place and
motherfuckers.
stuff like that. So I'm anyway,
He's
go
just
ahead.
repeating the talking point from 100. It's an old talking point.
Yeah,
My whole point is that you have all of these things running. It's like we're in danger. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know how I'm wrong. It's impossible, right? It's an impossibility based off the history, right? It's in fucking possible.
yeah,
Could you imagine? Like, think about this. You think about you in the Middle East, and like it's just a matter of time before what happened, right? It was just a
yeah,
matter of time. It's just a matter of time. They talked about it. They planned it. But
yeah.
they pretended to be whatever democracy of the Middle East,
Mhm.
all that bullshit talk about democracies and
Yeah,
capitalism.
it
What are we
reaches
talking?
it reaches a
Come
it
on, man.
reaches a I mean, the Civil War never resolved the issue here in the
If
country.
you have people who still are running
We
that,
thought we did, but we
think
didn't
about it like this, right?
resolve it.
We are being
'Cause-
dehumanized on social media 24/7,
right.
365, and nothing is stopping it.
No.
that puts you in a position. We can sit here and pretend and act like it ain't happened. I'm watching it happen. I'm seeing it like this
Which
shit is happening all over again.
what you saying
I'm
is
deep
Young America is like the training ground for the Lex Listler or the
right because
Lex
the problem
Hitler
is that
just yeah, yeah.
if the whites on the left was honest, I wouldn't even be having this conversation because we'd be at war already. It was
A-
we at
a-
war.
a-
But
a-
instead, they're trying
absolutely.
to figure out how to continue to merge. Let's come back together. Let's come back
How to
together.
keep the lie
Let's
and the
come back
delusion
together
going. Right.
every day, right? Let's come back together. Let's figure
Because
it out. Let's come back together.
they can always point at this other
Yeah,
group and
the other
say
group, the Muslims
that is
coming
the
to get
reason
you.
why. So yeah,
Islam is coming to get. They
exactly,
love Minnesota. They love
exactly, exactly.
Ilham Omar. They love the Muslim shit. They love that right there, boy. You talking about unification? What?
Yeah, yeah.
Come on, man. 9/11 don't got nothing on that. Unification. They playing the call to prayer. This ain't the same. I mean, oh, have you seen? You know what? I'm gonna give you one video. It's just so many. I I I couldn't even damn near stomach this shit. It was so good, bro. It was painful and great at the same time. But they had Tucker was talking to the Latino dude, and it's a Latino chick. She used to work for Vice, Latino chick, and the Spanish dude. He's on Telemundo, right? And
Mhm.
somehow they got an interview with Tuck, bruh.
Crazy.
When he talking, cause you know when he telling, right? Ain't no, they not the thing. They're not holding back, and so I think that because America is so good at lying, and they make it so nice and normal that they were having a hard. He's like we want to kill all of y'all. That's what he's really pretty much saying, right? And they're just not getting it, and they're like, well, you didn't. What do you mean? Who wants to be here? We do all this work and we do this. I'm looking at them like, do y'all
Mhm.
hear yourselves, motherfucker? Do
Yeah.
y'all hear yourselves?
Do you know who you're talking to, and do you know the history of this
Do you
particular
know what
country?
he really thinks?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you something. And he had to pull himself back. To be honest with you, by the way,
Oh
he had to
yeah.
pull himself back. That's
Listen,
how bad.
when we
That's how bad it got. Where I'm like, oh
when
shit, is he stuttering a little bit? He's because he wants to go. He really because they opening wide open. Their bellies are showing,
we,
bro. Stomachs open.
we
Their legs are up like a little dog
oh
with the
my
belly open,
God.
bro. I'm like,
You
bro,
do
he
you
had to like
remember
let me shut the fuck up because I really want to exterminate you, motherfuckers.
do you remember we talked about Rami Ramaswamy during the
Yeah,
whole election
yeah,
cycle?
yeah,
And
yep,
then Ann
yep,
Coulter just told I
yep,
like you,
yep.
but don't get it twisted. You are still in our country, not your country, not your country too.
There is no democracy.
Our
There is no we
country.
the people. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
their country.
yeah.
Matter of
It's
fact, even if it was we the people, even if that concept was real, just say we just pretend it was real. This country was hijacked
mhm,
in the 1840s, the 1890s. Pick a time frame when a bunch of white immigrants came and said, "This is our shit now. We built this shit. This is our shit." Whenever the fuck that was, let me know. Cause these ain't Anglo Saxons talking, by the way, for the most part.
no.
So whenever these fucking white immigrants came over here or made themselves white and they came
These
over here and the other whites gave them the keys to the castle.
These are the
Yeah.
Germanic nomadic
Yeah, nomadic
Vikings that
people.
came
Like
over
yeah.
from the
Yeah.
from the Caucasus.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's who
So
this group
when
is.
they got here, they was like, no, this is our shit now.
Yeah, cause they real bold
What's our shit?
about
This is our
trying to
shit.
take shit over. Took the
Yeah, it's
Union
our
over,
shit.
all that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
took
the
all that shit over.
Midwest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you said, that history isn't getting told because they're trying to always
Free
keep
states and
themselves
stuff
together
like that.
as one group. But that's the reality. That's how I look
Nah.
at it all the time. I'm like, who's talking again?
If you look
Motherfucker,
at Britain,
Stephen Miller telling everybody to get the fuck out. Your grandparents was illegal. Your grandparents came as refugees, motherfucker. You know
yeah,
what I mean? You got Megan Kelly, who's a fucking Irish, uh,
yeah. I mean,
whatever they call the
Bill
Irish mix.
O'Reilly. Bill
You
O'Reilly's
an Irish
parents were
mix,
not
bitch. What are
born
you
here.
talking about? Like,
Yeah,
what the fuck are y'all talking
that's the
about?
reason why when they went down the dossier of that bill, I wanted to do a breakdown of the reason why that didn't pass the Supreme Court because
Now I
half of
know.
your
Now
so-called
I know.
half of your actual administration
It's out of
or the
here.
people that you thought that was so-called 1776 white Americans would have
Out of
been
here.
about this motherfucker so fast,
Yep.
man. Dude, it would have
Gone.
made your head spin.
But that's why I
You can't
told
do
you
that.
I want things to happen. I'm all in. That's rock and roll, baby.
And that includes
Yeah.
the anchor baby himself that
All
sits
of
in the
it.
Oval Office right now.
Yep. Facts.
Undocumented.
Facts.
Undocumented mother fam. Come
Facts.
on, fam.
Shit, Ramaswamy. He
That's a
talking regular.
fact.
Your parent, you
And
illegal,
hold
motherfucker.
on. JD Vance children. I mean,
JD
come on.
Vance.
This shit goes deep, bro. This is crazy. His own kids are not
I
so-called
know.
full blown citizens if
No, they're not.
that birthright citizenship goes
Fuck
through.
no.
So that
Fuck
contradiction was
no.
just too big for the Supreme Court to uphold. But that's what I'm saying about the delusional part. Anyway, we could you want to go ahead and close down, man. We'll get back into the
But
discussion, man. We just
what if
wanna-
it went 6-3?
it could have
Woo wee.
that but not you want to see chaos. That
I
would have
need
been
it though.
beautiful.
We need it though.
That would have been beautiful because then you can go automatically. You can have your ADOS and go automatically and start arguing the case to get people removed immediately. All down the
Immediately.
line. Immediately. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is not only a
Even
black
some
empowerment.
ADOSs.
This is not, yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is
Even
not
some of
all
them
this is,
know
yeah, shit. Yeah. Present company included. I mean, it is what it is. Dog. I mean, goddamn shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It all sounds good until they start digging
Yeah,
the paperwork.
that's what I'm saying. Motherfuckers be like, hold on now.
Oh
Like,
shit.
everybody got it.
Everybody. Damn near.
Everybody gotta go.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
where the Turk,
like
where
you
the
say,
Turk
it'd be,
at, man? Shit.
you know, it'd be like those, like in those sci-fi movies. No, not the sci-fis, but yeah, kind of like the sci-fi, or like the horror sci-fi, where like the people disappear the same day. They had people, you know.
No. What we say? No anchor babies, right? And this man came out of an immigrant woman's womb. That's crazy.
And Barron is first to go. On.
You got to go, bro.
Your damn son going first.
Yeah. Yo, 6'8" asked me to go to Croatia and play basketball somewhere.
Yeah. Fuck up out of here. And why don't they go back anyway? I'm still trying to figure that shit out, by the way.
Get your non-slave ass. We need to deal with the white folks we used to dealing with, man. Get the hell up out of here, bro.
Don't you think it's odd though? Why don't they go over there and them go over here? Why don't y'all be leaving? Why don't y'all leave both places and come? I don't understand.
I'm speaking to all the new white people that came over here. Get y'all ass gone, bro.
Well, not only that, they talk about how they be talking about how great Europe is so much. Don't even go to Europe. Think about that shit. That shit's weird.
Do what Piers did. Piers didn't like it. Get the hell on. Then,
yeah, he got the fuck on up out of here.
Yeah, get your ass.
All that shit's bullshit. All that shit's bullshit.
UK, man.
Even that shit, right? Trump came in office for you. They didn't go. These white folks didn't go nowhere. Where y'all going? Now he back, supposedly destroyed the country, destroyed DC, destroyed the economy, but nobody has moved to Canada. Or England.
Just let it happen. That's what I'm saying.
Just let it happen. Man. It's all noise. It's just noise.
Well, it's just noise. Bend over, too sweet. Bend over.
And you know they just passed a law where he can where he got more presidential power to fire head people ahead of a lot of people who are head of those departments that had protection before from the president.
Yeah.
He can cut. He can lose. But I keep thinking about how I said.
People will be surprised how long executive orders been in place, which includes the explanation of proclamation. That is an executive order. It's not an
but I'm gonna tell you, I think
a lot of people do not know that. By the way,
I think the whites, one of their main jobs is to lie to the blacks on the left, specifically, but both sides, but specifically, they're running these natural. I'm like, these are y'all cousins. These are y'all cousins and your uncles and your mama. This is your fucking family. Stop talking to us. But we should be saying it to them, by the way. We should be saying that to them constantly, because let me tell you why. Once you say that, they won't be your friend no more. They would not be on your podcast. They won't be on your shows no more. I can guarantee you that.
But why we don't talk about the whites that newly got here that act like they've been here forever?
I don't know.
That's bothers me, man. Especially these New York whites. Like you just got here, bro.
It's weird.
I mean, everybody got here. They just pointed
at weird.
I mean, dude, at least some of these Mexicans are 2 or 3 generations in, and
Mexico, a lot of them are 4 and 5.
Even the Asians in California, like, come on, man, like they're American. They're more American. When was
the Mexican American War? When was that?
That shit was in 1800s, man.
I know that, but I'm trying. What is that? Is that at least what 5? Is that at least what 6 generations? At least 6.
Yeah, I mean, really.
So some Mexicans been here for a minute.
Yeah.
More than 2 or 3.
And 1836 is when.
1836. Yeah, it's been a minute. A lot of them been here for a minute.
Yeah, so you talking about the early 1830s, man, some shit like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
matter of fact, that's probably why they don't say much to them. By the way, because people who
yeah,
come over here are Mexican. They're from
yeah.
other places.
They're grounded, man. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why you give them extradition.
You
You
can't
you
interview
allow
them.
it. You allow it. You know what I'm saying? Because what the fuck? They were there already. That is their home.
They tried to interview a Mexican. The motherfucker said, "Where do I supposed to go? I'm already here." And so they can't. Is that why they don't fuck with them? I mean, I don't know. Like, where am I going?
He
This is where
he
I've
look- that
been for
motherfucker is
400 years.
confused.
Right,
he,
confused. What?
he is confused. New
And like you
line
said,
drawn, man.
and
Shit.
because you can't hurt their feelings, the left can't talk about it. Because really, when the left gets back in charge, they technically just shit on them. But and you know what I'm saying, they bring on more Latinos and promote more of
Oh
their talking
man.
points, right? But they don't do it. The
But
left
that's what
doesn't
I'm
do it. The
saying. The
right doesn't do
reason
it.
the reason why blacks are so sensitive to everything is because white people made it so. Because white people are so fixated on what black people do on a
I don't
regular
know.
basis.
Yeah, I was just telling somebody that too. I said it's so
That
few
is
of us.
why, bro.
No, it made sense to me 50, 60 years. It made, and of
It's
course
an
it makes
acute
sense because
awareness, man.
historically we are America. So you can't. That's the thing.
That's what I'm saying,
you
bro.
can't hide it, right? You can try, but
Yes.
but this is a new generation of people, and so I figured since there is literally 100 million people in this country who are not black
Right. In any way, shape,
that are either part
I
white
got
or
you.
not white, right? So mixed,
Yeah.
whatever, Latino
Yeah.
looking white, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Greeks and other groups and
Your Ted
Turkish
Cruz's for
people,
the world, your
right?
Antonio Banderas,
Right.
you're
So you
these kind of
have a
folks.
lot of material to work with.
Yeah.
But you know what? I watch a lot of shows. You know that,
Yeah.
right? I watch a lot of shows. We are not on these shows. And we be coming up. I mean, I've seen two foreigners from overseas talk about politics, and they
Yeah.
brought us up. Not
Yeah.
Africans,
Nah.
not people in their countries, Black
Nah.
Americans, and they kept using. I was like, it's other people here. And matter of fact, the people who got your jobs ain't even us at this point.
Yeah.
So we're past even,
Yeah.
we've even moved past that
Yeah.
scenario. And guess what? When Trump told Laura Ingraham, we got to have those 500,000 visas from China to come here to maintain our school system, or they're gonna go bankrupt. I'm like, we just gonna pretend he didn't say that? Then Elon told him, look, I gotta have the H-1Bs, baby. We ain't got no choice. And then they asked him about that. What did he say? We're not smart enough in America. We gotta have him over here.
And that
We just
and
gonna
that
act like he ain't. We just act like he ain't saying
and
that.
that
And then you're
not
gonna flip it
ain't no
and
truth,
focus on black
boy.
folks.
That
What
came
the
out so
fuck?
easy because it was so fucking true. It's facts, man.
But did they
That is
sit
a
in the
fact.
meeting and say, look, we need this and
Those
we
are
need that?
facts.
Focus
You
on
gotta
blacks.
have the labor. What
Focus
the
on blacks.
labor it just man.
Focus on them.
Bruh. Bruh.
So the people who are taking your jobs,
Who else
undercutting
gonna
you,
deal who else gonna deal with the fallout? That's what I'm saying. Who else is gonna deal with these fallouts,
I
man?
thought
Who
it
else
would
gonna
be the
get the
new
blame?
non-white. I thought it would be the new non-whites.
Nah, man. There's not enough energy there. There's not enough history there to get that drive going, to get that lather. You got to get that lather, that good
I
lava
know.
soap in there to wash it clean, bro. You got to get
It's
that dirt off, man, to wash it clean. To wash it clean.
I won't lie to you, bro. It's
Listen, man.
strange.
What doesn't get clean in a wash, we get it in a rinse. You get it in a rinse, bro.
Uh,
That's
yeah,
what
we're
I
gonna
would
never.
say.
It's like a never. That's what I was telling you. I said I feel like though
Yeah,
for us, I just
word.
feel like for us it's gonna end in such a. I just truly believe it's gonna end in a very
Tragic way.
catastrophic way,
Yeah, very
and
tragic
we're
way.
being way too, you know, just mm,
Well, that's
damn,
well.
bro.
I want to get into that a little bit deeper on another program, but yeah, like what is the so-called? I'm not going to even say the words, but yeah, you people that study World War II,
Well, I don't want
you
to be. That's
understand
what
what
I'm
was
saying. I don't
going
want to
on.
be distracted about anything but that. You motherfuckers talking about
Yeah.
trad wives, talking about Joy Reid, or talking about the NFL,
Joey.
and I'm like, we gonna sit around and talk about that shit. And honestly, what's the risk factors? What is what if we put a little thing together to look at the threats to us specifically, and to look at like long term safety in this place? What does that all look like? That's the conversation, in my opinion. This other shit, I don't know because, bruh, we dealing with
We
just look, just.
we gotta chill and be in observation mode, and then
I'm just
identify the
saying, like,
reality that we're living.
I don't know how you present it because,
Difficult.
like,
Well, the
because the thing
words
is
the
this:
words are hard to do because
we've
that's
accepted
what I'm
what they
saying. Look,
are.
we get
We've
stuck in the
accepted what they
words
are,
in the
but how
language.
do we deal with like action on like? Because everybody know what they are, right? They can do whatever we already know the truth, and we keep seeing they keep reminding us of that. By the way,
Yeah.
the next thing is that, and you can do the whole self protection, teach you how to shoot a gun, all the same old bullshit. But as a group of people, though, I just be wondering like, what are we? What, are we just cool? We're just gonna be cool until it happens, and then try to do something?
Right.
Keep going to church, keep talking about something that happened three
Oh
thousand years
man.
ago with something in the Middle East,
Church.
and keep talking about that shit on Sundays and Tuesday
Lord,
nights and Friday
Lordy,
nights,
Lordy,
and
Lord.
you're gonna keep hitting the clubs on Saturday
Man,
night and
bro.
online talking about nothingness online about irrelevant shit
Man.
and
You want
enjoying
to talk
watching
about
football and basketball. I'm like, so we just gonna do that shit until it happens because we acting like it ain't gonna happen, and we're watching motherfuckers get it. DC, you just have to
man.
understand something. We are a part of an extermination process. You
Right.
understand that, right? We are a
I
part
do
of that.
understand that. I understand that more than most, actually. Yes, I do.
I just don't understand how other things can be.
Because
It just
because
boggles
because
me
we
right
are
now.
we are the focus of the fallout. So when things get really bad, that's what you do.
And I told people back then the day that happened on October 7th. I said it's a wrap.
Yeah.
This is different. I can see it. I have never because you really don't get to see it, right? So you remember when George Bush was on the Powell at 9/11 and said, they feel us or hear us today. They're gonna feel it. They hit us today. We're gonna hit them tomorrow. Blah blah blah. He was just talking, right? But it was inspirational, right? And then we just went to work, right?
Right.
Invaded, bombed, shock and all, blah blah blah, right? Just went to work, and that's all you know. You don't get to see you don't know about the million motherfuckers that we killed. Thinking about civilians, the 2 million displaced. That also many of them died, tens of thousands. But anyway, but we didn't get to see it, feel it, taste it, touch it. It's horrific. I hate it, but like it's interesting. Fast forward to now, and we're getting to see it in full color, day to day,
Oh, this
right?
is going to be written about. I mean, this is going to be discussed. I mean, it's going to be.
And even
And
that was even though we went in for different reasons, that was more of topple this, get in, get out. Maybe we occupy, but like we have some little fights and stuff. But not to keep it though. But
yeah,
to be a part of colonization, to be a part of the empire truly, and to watch it happen, and like, oh, so that's how it happened here, right? You pissed off some settlers, and they killed your whole fucking tribe, right? You pissed them off, and it was your fault. You did it to them,
rebels.
right? Right?
Yeah. Yes.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying,
Yes, sir.
like we're gonna take that too. We're gonna take that. We're gonna sign this
Yes,
treaty,
sir.
and then guess what? Next month we coming. We're gonna sign this treaty. Next month we gonna come, right? Until we get to
Yep.
the other side. And so like to say, okay, we know the history of we lived it, slavery, we lived everything. Life is great. That was the past. We can go to church and have fun. We can go to parties and party and live our lives and vacation and go to work. We can live our life. And then I'm like, fuck, are we still doing this shit? I didn't even, just thinking about the Greater Israel Project, right? And that
Hmm.
they want the Tigris to the Euphrates or whatever rivers, whatever they're trying to get all the way to here to there, and they want to take all this land, and they're in their process of doing. And I'm just like, we're a part of that process, right? We're providing everything that they need to make all that happen, and they're eliminating people, completely eliminating the people, like literally sniping them. You know, I mean, just everything. Bombing. I mean, watching them. Have you seen the bombings in Lebanon? Where they're
Yes,
just
I
blowing,
have.
where they're just setting charges and just taking out whole blocks and cities and shit.
Terrible,
Like,
man.
what the fuck is happening right now?
Yeah, terrible.
Just my point is that living that and being a part of this side of it, and I mean, just look at what the politicians are doing on both sides. Isn't that strange? You don't think that's strange?
No, it's always been
It's
strange,
strange. I
but
know it's always. I know, but shit.
it's people that try to make sense out of it that makes it even worse. That's where
Right.
it gets kind of crazy because instead of just admitting what this country is and accepting it for what it is, to kind of deal it from that aspect of it.
Yeah.
We have told a lot. We have told the lie so long that we try to reverse. We try to reverse engineer it and make it these other people's fault. They ain't done nothing to us.
Bro, we killed
That's
all these
nasty work.
people over there, and now
I got you.
everybody want to switch sides though.
I got you.
Now, when people were yelling back and after it happened, when they started seeing him load up, like, yo, bro, maybe knock out, like, I hate to even say this, but maybe you got to kill a few thousand of them to balance it out,
See,
right? Like, I'll kill
see,
1,500 of us, okay? But I don't know,
yeah.
I don't even, all that
And
shit sound crazy, but I'm just saying, like,
and then when they weaponize and then they become violent and do one
bloodlust,
so-called
bro, bruh.
revenge tactic,
Did you
then
see
it's
their
like, oh,
eyes?
now we're justified. Now we're
Did you see
justified.
their eyes though?
You know.
Now I could say it was set up. It was set up that, like, forget all that, right? When I saw the Americans go live on their feeds, right,
Right.
the Jewish Americans, and I watched their eyes, and you could see, like, you could see it, you
Yeah.
could see it, bro, you could see it. I'm like, oh, they're gonna kill everybody. Like, you can see the shit, like, they're cooked. Even if it was staged, it was set up, right? All that other stuff that goes on, you know. But at the end of the day, it was a wrap. This was the time. And like you just said, and remember that's what I'm saying, doesn't matter what side, we were all in.
Yep.
And then watch it, but then it got to that number. Whatever that number is, right? 40,000, 50,000, whatever the number is. And all of
Yep.
a sudden, when people over here started saying, we're really gonna we're gonna keep rolling with this, you started to get the pressure. And then you watch it all kind of play out, right? To the point where it's changing the politics. Because now to get the base, that's one reason why she lost, by the way. Even though I think it's the number of days, but that's still gonna play a role in it. Is that, are you gonna maintain the genocide, or are you gonna pick a side, right? Go and get on the other side and just take the hit,
Yep.
from all of those lobby groups. And so to be able to do, you know what I'm saying? So, like, to watch how it even that change. And at least there are people here who are like, we're against it, we want to stop it. But it's like, yeah, but what, it's done. Like, it's I mean, you understand what I'm saying?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
like,
Oh yeah.
you know what I'm saying, right? It's like,
I
it
do.
sounds, it's that American shit, right? Like, it's the same thing with us. Yeah, y'all keep saying all that shit about us, but when it happens to us, you will wait till we're gone to then fight.
Right.
That's what I'm just saying about patterns, about us protection. Like, it feels like those people got us on the left, right? They got us, right? We're good to some degree, right? And then I watch this shit happen. I'm thinking to myself, well, shit. So you telling me when the right puts us in cages and then start to exterminate us, then you gonna show up and protest each other, and then hopefully somebody will do
Too
what?
late. Yeah.
Is that what we doing? I'm
Yeah.
just
That's too
saying,
late at
TC.
that
I
point.
don't know.
That's it.
But anyway, that's enough. I'll let it go. It's just disturbing, bro. It's disturbing, man.
Play that song, man, as we go out, man. So I put in there just it's kind of like
Ah,
encapsulates what we just talked about. So we can
I don't
roll
know.
out.
I can't play it on this though, bro. I'm on my tablet.
Oh, you're on your tablet. Then that's right.
Yeah. Did you put it in the thing? It might
I,
let. Man, they always
I
gonna
sent it
update.
to you. I sent to you your
Ah,
text message. Can you move it over?
I'm
If you
checking
can,
now.
we can just roll out. Shit, I'm falling asleep right now. I'm tired as hell, man.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, this is the Code Breakers. This is Paradox.
This is DC. Until next time, peace.